It too. It was awful. Genre bad. Oh, it was so
I
bad.
cannot wait to play it.
So let's play this high chord and see what
Shadow
game is
Mortar
so
game.
highly regarded before they take it down tomorrow.
Whoa!
Nice horse. Bro, that horse has a better camera than the female character had. Actually, like the
Excuse
titties
me?
are better and bigger than on the... Okay. Anyway.
High Guard episode 1? Wait, this is just episode 1?
Welcome to Highguard.
Welcome.
I thought this was High Guard. Did I get the wrong game again? Is this a Concord scenario? Oh, let's check out the water. Let's check out how AAA this is.
What?
Oh, so no interaction whatsoever with
You have no legs? What?
the water at all. I don't have any kind of reflection
No legs!
in the water. I don't know what that white orb is. I don't know what that is going off of.
I'm Trader Flynn. Just call me Flynn. First step's just ahead. See what you're made of.
All right, Flynn.
Whoa, back later.
What?
Wait, what happened? What is this?
What was
Nice.
that? Bro just noped out
New
that
month.
little gremlin thing,
New
just
update.
saluted you. It's just like, yep, you're fucked, buddy. Whatever you wanted.
Why did you... Wait, I want to shoot these birds. Can you shoot the birds?
Bro, I don't want to be like that, but that's a PNG. That's a flying PNG. I guarantee you that is not a 3D model. That's just a flying morphed PNG.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this High Guard, man. Could you shoot the birds in Concord? I could never install it, actually.
So once you're out there, you'll find good weapons.
Oh, sure, it's a Fortnite situation.
Watch it, buddy. I don't appreciate
Watch it, buddy.
It's high noon.
Ah. So you can bully the guy out of the game.
that. It's dangerous out there.
Cruise commissions.
Don't quite go away, now do we? Let's see what power you've really got. I'll meet you over there. I'm out of here.
That's the blue one.
Are you sure? That's the red one.
I don't know how I feel about an FPS game riding horses in like the Wild Wild West. It's such a strange thing.
Heads up, Warden. Sorry about this.
I love this part.
No!
Hey!
Sorry about that one, mate.
Well, I did shoot this guy like 80 times already, so I guess... Training complete. You have become one of the greatest High Guard players in...
I mean, she's kind of hot. Is she hot? Tits could be bigger.
and one of the best Concord players of all.
Egg. Online error.
Your connection to High Guard has been lost.
Yes! Welcome to Highguard.
Who am I?
No, that's a guy. What? No, that's a girl. Is that a... No, that's a girl.
My name is Boss Bleak. I
This
was one
must
of the
be a
best
girl.
Concord players. Now, the entire Concord community is migrating to this game. Literally hundreds of players. Condor? That's like Concord, kinda.
Wait, so these are the characters? Oh. 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 Ah.
Maybe I should be Condor.
Getting on my mount. Writing out.
It's good that she told me that, because I'm playing with a blindfold on. Check out how good I am at games. I'm gonna...
Dude, listen, I don't want to be an elitist or anything, but I feel like a game in 2026 shouldn't look like this.
snipe this guy while on a horse.
It's so bland, so dull. It's like there's nothing that catches my eye,
Check this.
you know? Yeah, it is very
Hold still.
empty.
Hold still. I lost.
We've got baddies nearby.
Baddies, huh? You haven't even seen bad yet. Check out how bad I am at this stupid game. I can't hit anything. Is that a turbo blast? Okay, I like...
You don't like the brown fort aesthetic? I mean, don't get me wrong. It is... yeah... No. No.
that, a horse turbo blast. This is like a spinning boot that just spins in circles. I gotta kill Jeff was right. Jeff was right about Mind's Eye. I'm super good at this game, so that means the game is super good. Yeah, never mind. I'm going back to Concord. No, wait, I can't.
Bad news.
We deleted High Guard. Check this.
Here we go.
That's quick.
Oh, oh, oh,
Jesus Christ.
oh no! Man, I'm so good at this. I love Jeff and High Gourd and Discord. And I love Mind's Eye and Arc Raiders and Smeagol. Oh. Jeff, you just lost one of your biggest fans.
Are there Tugans? Is there a Tugans show?
There's Condor.
This is all the playable characters, no way. Surely they have more characters than just this 8, right? Is this... Condor? Nope, that's all 8. They launched the game with 8 characters? That's it? Is this a free-to-play? To be fair, Overwatch had 12. Okay, that's like 4 more. And remember that back then Overwatch was adding a new character like every 3 months. Right? And I don't know, man.
Character.
Okay.
Alright. No!
Connection.
Online error. Your connection to Highguard has been lost.
The High Guard has been
I
lost.
just got kicked out!
Well, no, I actually booted you guys out so I could play.
It can only have 3 players on it once.
Secure boot disabled. Please enable and restart game.
It's a 3v3, so it makes sense. Oh
What
man.
the fuck does
But you know why it's 3v3? Because they can't get more people.
that mean?
You gotta go into your BIOS.
I have to go into my computer's BIOS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta do something in the BIOS to start secure
To
boot.
put secure.
You wanna play a game? All you have to do is just get into your BIOS and change all the fucking settings, and then you will be able to play Highguard.
Your boot on your BIOS.
No, is this a troll? Is this a troll that's
No,
happening
it's
to me?
real. Yeah, you gotta enable the high
Oh
guard
my
setting.
God.
Just like look up how to enable secure boot and follow the directions.
But it's different.
There is no way. There is no way that you actually have to tinker into your goddamn BIOS just to play this awful game.
Depending on
No.
what company makes your motherboard.
I don't know
No.
who makes my motherboard.
Might have been Jeff. Open your computer and there should be a chip on your motherboard and it just has high guard mode and switch that to high.
I'm reading a fucking manual on how I do this first.
Oh, you get war chest. It's like Counter-Strike.
Alright, I'm starting the training grounds.
The first one's on us. Welcome to High Guard.
Welcome to Highguard.
Alright, do the training mode. Do the training mode.
It's crazy that they already have like all the monetization system in it, and it's just like this incredibly dull and lukewater game.
I already did. I already completed the training.
How'd you do that?
I'm already spending money.
You didn't even play
Yeah.
a match yet.
I did. I played one match. Now I'm spending a
It's like they don't have the content, but they already have like the store fully equipped. Loot boxes. To be fair, I do love loot boxes.
ton of money. Beast
Hello.
Lord. Beast Lord. $1,800.
I don't wanna be like that, but this is so ugly. It has like such outdated graphics. It's like fucking Age of Empires as graphics. I don't know who they hired. Is this AI generated? Why is it so bad? Look at this tiny gun. Hey. It's average, actually.
Gotta go for it.
Mr.
Like it looks so bad. It's just. It's like imagine that you hire developers, you lobotomize them, and then you tell them to work on a game.
Mr. Beast?
Naked Beast Lord.
What is this, like a battle royale or?
It's like 3v3 Concord Strike.
No, don't get legendary skins. That sounds like a lot of money.
Oh
The horse
no.
bows, Fluff. The horse bows. I gotta go for it. 100.
No. He's buying $100 worth of
Wait,
coins.
That's 100 well spent. Not gonna lie.
Don't
I just
do
went
it,
through
don't
the
get
annals
out.
of my fucking computer, and I don't know what I did. I think I did something really bad.
Yeah.
Wait, recommended? I'm gonna go against the grain and pick the King's Lair. That looks
That's
like
not
Tatooine.
recommended.
I don't care anymore.
Look, you stopped caring a long time ago. The bad guys are called baddies.
Okay, Betty's here. Betty's here.
There's a baddie. Baddie by the street.
One down.
Baddie
One
down,
down.
baddie down. I'm dead.
Oh my god, goody down.
Oh, baddie. That's a baddie. I'm moving in on this baddie. I'm out of the play area. I left the play area.
What the fuck did you do?
I think I'm turning from a goodie into a baddie. There's 3 different types of...
You know, I really think that when they made this skin, they thought that people are gonna be like, wow, so sexy. Wow. What's with the head? What's with the bloodied sleeves? Why is she doing that pose? Why is everything so weird? Imagine a grandma trying to be sexy. Oh man, these people are just dumb.
Money. There's silver money, purple money, and then Keely coin. Keely coin gets you like the best stuff. Just got a dwizzle kill, baby. Jeff just sent me 7 Keely coins in the mail. Oh, I shot him up the horse. I'm like a high guardian of the galaxy.
So wait, you have this gigantic ass map. It's this incredibly empty and dull map for 3 enemies and your 3 teammates. You and you don't even do you have the option for like a 5v5 or a 6v6 or something?
What is this?
That's it?
Yay.
This is the game against like that's usually just like an alt mod in like basically all games. This is good. That's not the main gameplay.
Francesco.
That's it? That's the game mode. Just only 3v3. Nothing else. And horse riding. It's cute. Nope, 3v3. You forget. What did I forget? 6. There's only 6 characters. They have 4 maps. Okay, but at least this was a free to play, right? Like you don't have to pay the game to actually. This is a free game, right?
Lies.
Right? Right?
This is seeming like the game of the millennium.
It's like the best game that's coming out today. Oh, I just guarded something way up high on the map. Can I get some coin, Jeff?
I have the shield breaker.
I got the Jeff Slayer. My horse is shot! Flop, help!
Grenade out.
Flop, save me!
I'm guarding. What the fuck am I doing?
It's just so empty. It's like you're walking around and around and there's nothing
And
anywhere.
around.
There is nothing visually striking. There is no enemies. There's no characters. There's no
Did you not
map.
attend Jeff's lecture about this, Fluffy?
Why am I waving?
Why is your horse sliding like that too?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good feature. Jeff left it in there for us. Paladin. It's like Paladins. Vanguard. It's like Vanguard and High Guard and Con Guard.
Jason, I don't like this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is the worst game I've ever played in my life.
Damn.
Flop, it's still episode 1. Episode 2 is where Jeff unleashes the full power of the Keely coin. That's when the game starts getting good. Flop, you like Jeff sucks.
Jeff, I trusted you.
This is a 60-hour shootout. Jeff Keely is the Kojima of video games.
This is a piece of shit game. This is a piece of
No,
shit
wait. It's really good. It's actually really good.
Shit. I just got kicked.
Because you keep talking crap on this game.
Bro, this is actually depressing. I knew that people were shit talking about it, but I had no idea. It's only a 3v3 with 8 characters.
Except I got kicked too. Jeff Keely's a bitch.
This is the best you got, Jeff Keely? Jeff, I will lay down my life for Jeff.
Wait,
Wow.
I'm unlocking the battle sister.
Don't buy the battle
You can't stop me, Flop.
Don't get the battle system.
I'm getting it, Flop.
Don't.
Too late. Battle sister unlocked, Flop. Thanks, Jeff.
Acting like that.
Thanks, Jeff.
I'm taking my money and saying thanks, Jeff. What the fuck is wrong with you? Taking my fucking money and saying thanks, Jeff. Wait, look at this.
This is high quality gameplay. If I want you to know, this is you could be doing this exact same thing right now. You could be just diggy holing and looking at this very generic something building.
Taking my fucking money and saying thanks, Jeff. Wait, look at
Do
this.
you want to?
Turn around.
Best of luck now.
We have a clan called Jeff Soldiers.
Jeff's army.
Keely's Angels.
I hate Fenty Fed.
Oh my god, that should have been a kill. I should have been promoted to top Jeff. The game just said I'm a bad bitch. What does that mean?
Going in.
High guard, high guard, high guard, high guard, high guard, high guard, high guard.
Killed him.
High guard.
Not gonna lie, I can see why the negative comments were coming in. This looks boring as fuck.
High guard.
Holy shit!
Killed him.
Good kill, good game. Check this out. Zipline gun.
What do you mean? It's just there is nothing.
I broke every bone in my body. I should have never tried to have fun in High Guard.
This game is literally the worst piece of shit I've ever played in my life. Not gonna lie.
What would you give it out of 10?
9. 9.5.
This was actually awful. I am absolutely shocked.
8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8.
What in the holy macaroni fuckaroni was that? I did not like that, actually. I did not like it.
You know, one of the...
But, apparently, this one is going to be a base game.
most damaging...
Also, did you guys know that the Critical Drinker has a Critical Gamer account? I had no idea. I accidentally saw this, and I was like, wow. The man plays games!
phrases to
I didn't
polite
know.
modern media has got to be, I need to see myself reflected in this, because it gives rise to some of the most ridiculous nonsense the human mind can conceive of. A small village
a
in a
boy.
medieval fantasy show set in a northern European climate. Clearly it has to be an ethnic and cultural melting pot of diversity with absolutely no explanation for how these wildly different races of people all ended up in the same exact place.
Bro, my biggest issue with like the Rings of Power was that how can you have the elves have short hair? Buddy, you're supposed to be an elegant elf. Why do you look like fucking Rambo? Why do you look like a sergeant from the United States government? Slap a wig on that man. Like, make him slutty and sexy. I don't fucking care if he is like tanned or black or Chinese or whatever. Just make him have a long hair. What are we talking about? All elves. That's one rule. All elves has to be a twink and sort of slutty. Have you not seen the original? They basically have to be like, you know how the dwarves are like, basically the women look like the man because they have the beard. It's the same with the elves. The elves are so feminine that they basically look like the women. They are like the opposite. Give me the twinks.
All ended up in the same exact place.
What the hell?
That doesn't make sense.
A biographical drama about the Tudors set in 16th century England? Well, Anne Boleyn is black now.
Of course.
Don't question it, just accept it.
I don't care.
Yes, yes.
A video game that allows you to have an intimate romantic scene with a bear? Sure.
And you see, women had the audacity to say, you know, the bear. They were talking about Baldur's Gate. You had no idea, but it was about Baldur's Gate. The bear was always about Baldur's Gate.
Why not? Because everyone needs to see themselves reflected in media. So it's kind of refreshing when every once in a while a company will turn around and proudly declare, no you don't, you fucking narcissistic child.
Did you guys see? It's not this game, but there's apparently a new medieval game will come out, and it's about a female lesbian knight with like a haircut that is basically a bowl cut. I just forgot what the title. Do you know the title? It had like some numbers in it. It was like AC something title. I wanna pull a picture up of it. There were many of those. No. I just saw it like recently. I really want to pull up the title.
Started this year watching your video and reaction, and today at work I decided to follow your stream as background. Gonna say love you yap, so decided to join the Poketo. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. 1348X Voto. I think so. Wait. 1348. I fucked up. X. I can't type. Wait. I will show you. So that's gonna be the haircut. This is the haircut. Why can't I zoom in? Oh my god. So there's a lady, right? Sexy, beautiful, and she's going to be doing very feminine things, and yeah, I think that's a haircut is fine for a fighter. Yeah, you like that? you like that? I also like it. I accidentally pulled up a French size. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to. Not the French.
You don't need to see yourself.
That gets you off, you degenerate. Not gonna lie, it really does pump me.
Nope,
with
still broken.
things.
Represented in everything, because believe it or not, the entire world and all the teeming multitude of stories and legends and characters that inhabit it don't revolve entirely around you. You're not that important.
What? But what about me? Are you telling me that there will be no cat girls in my historically accurate medieval game?
If you need to see yourself reflected that badly, go look in a fucking mirror. Now, I'll admit I'm paraphrasing slightly here, but that was very much the case with the developers of Knight's Path, a low-fantasy medieval RPG that's currently in development on Steam. The kind of low-budget game that's made by a small but passionate team of developers who probably don't have huge resources at their disposal, but actually believe in the product they're making, instead of some
Put cat girl ears and tails on it. That's all I want.
monolithic quadruple A developer with thousands of manically depressed programmers toiling away on 18-hour days on something they hate. You know, kind of like what gaming used to be before it was dominated by 3 or 4 mega corporations churning out generic overpriced crap.
Oh my god, I almost asked what this was, but then I realized this was Concord. Oh my god. You know, if you look at it, the background is very similar in style to Highguard. Like, it's the same bland, whatever, dull, sort of grayish aesthetic.
Anyway, our tale begins about a week ago when the
Dude, I keep seeing that there were a bunch of salty Karens and they called this character a corn star simply because she's cute. And they were like, oh my god, there was no one who would have looked like this back then. She looks like a corn star.
developers proudly
What is? I think she looks cute. Is she not cute?
showcased Amelie, one of the female characters that you've got the option of romancing in the game. And much to the shock of everyone, she was actually attractive.
No way!
I mean, that in
No
itself is
way.
a fucking miracle in a modern game made by a Western developer, but let's not get hung up on that quite yet. It was
I wouldn't romance that woman even if it would be an option. I already see that she would be my divorced ex-wife.
It was around this time when one particular user posed the ultimate question: will there be representation for the entire rainbow of diversity?
I love the avatar, the blue hair, and maybe this was just satire. Maybe this was just satire.
Diversity in your romantic options for this game.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
Fuck. Now, before we go on, I'm 100% sure this is just a parody account that was having a bit of playful fun at the expense of the modern audience.
Oh, it was
But it was
satire.
the simple, blunt, beautifully honest response from the devs that really made the headlines.
Care about gaming and fun,
Dear
not
viewer,
modern
a legend was
agendas.
born. I mean, the usual suspects took it about as well as you might imagine. But then, and this is the important part, pay attention 007, they were never going to buy the game in the first place. Because they don't care about supporting small developers or uplifting independent games or even playing video games in general. They never did. People like that care about one thing and one thing only: attention. Stuff like this is nothing but performative activism masquerading as concern trolling, emotional blackmail in the guise of moral panic, throwing the
I will be honest with you, I feel like this news is probably the best that could have happened to this game because now everyone was looking at it. They were like, oh my god, they dare to say no? Wholly based?
imaginary toys out of the pram on social
And now
media
everyone's
to
going
force
to keep
companies,
following them.
studios, developers and celebrities to bend over backwards for them, to waste millions of dollars catering to their ever-changing whims and demands.
It's the Wukong situation all over again. The Wukong? The what?
To ignore and even alienate the vast majority of the actual audience who just want fucking.
I knew about this game a while ago. Bro, did you just pull the I knew about this before it became cool? Did you just pull like the actually I know about it before it was popular?
Entertainment. It's been a losing strategy for years, and I think people are starting to realize that now. And believe it or not, this door absolutely swings both ways. I don't need to see myself reflected in every piece of media I consume either, because I'm not a narcissistic mortal.
I actually do want to see myself inside of Leon Kennedy when I'm playing Resident Evil. So speak in your own name, okay, Mr. Drinker. Thank you.
Who demands constant validation for every part of my life. If I play a game where the protagonist happens to be a black wheelchair...
But the other way around? No, I already made up my mind. Nope. I want it this way. I want it that way.
Lesbian, I absolutely don't care as long as the game is good and the character is someone I care about. I don't need them to look like me. Why do you think Lara Croft, Jill Valentine...
Bro, Jill is so cute though. Like, that was chef kiss. I love this model for her. She's so pretty.
Lee Everett, Aerith Gainsborough, and Barrett Wallace are some of my favourite characters ever. Actually, while I'm ranting, for fuck's sake, Capcom, bring Shiva back into the Resident Evil series, will you? It's been like 17 years already. My point though is that not every group, demographic, niche and subculture needs to be represented in every story ever told.
But what about me? I'm the center of the uniform. The uniform? I wanted to say universe. I don't know where the uniform comes from. I'm the center of the uniform.
Sometimes the time and place don't allow for it. Sometimes there isn't enough resources to cater for every possible combination, and sometimes they're just not fucking needed. Storytelling doesn't work that way, and neither do human beings. As people, we're more than just the color of our skin, what we have between our legs, or who we like to bump uglies with.
Whoa. Are you saying that we are all complex and layered human beings, and it's more than just simply the gender, the race, and all of this superficial bullshit? Nah. Oh, hell nah. What are you talking about? Ew, brother, gross.
Yeah, some people feel the need to make those things their entire personality because most of the time they've got nothing else to fall back on, but those people...
Can I just say that I really do think that if you whip out your phone and you start to like cry and yell into it, that's a new flavor of mental illness. I don't know if they coined any term for it, but it must be. Because who in their right mind pulls up a phone, talks to the camera, looks back at their own reflection just to cry and record some shitty thing? Oh my god.
Luckily are few and far between.
Why are they always women? I am not allowed to answer that, otherwise I will be in big trouble.
They just happen to have a very loud and obnoxious...
I will just say I do not know. It's a mystery. It must be coincidence.
Voice online, and they don't represent the vast majority of the audience. So go ahead and make your game Knight's Path. Make it the way you want to make it. Don't bow to social media
I respected that all the armors look so shiny that they borderline look like latex. And it's like little kinky latex BDSM knights. I like that.
Social media pressure or modern audiences, and let the real audience be your judge. Maybe other gaming companies could stand to follow your leads.
It's so shiny!
Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Okay, I shall go. Only because you asked.
Understand while eating a baconator at 3 a.m.
Baconator.
It's turn-based combat, but every attack comes with a metaphor or a trauma dump and a dissertation on the human condition. And I'm not saying this because I just unlocked...
Oh my god, why is she so cheeked up?
Nice.
Holy shit. That's a mod. There's no way that that's real. Oh my god, why is the creature wearing a speedo? Oh, bro. This thing is wearing the same speedo that my father used to wear whenever we went to the beach.
No.
I still have fucking PTSD, actually. It's the kind of thing that you will never forget, you know? Imagine the cat guy's face just like planted over here and you have this like burning bright red speedo. And you're just like, oh.
Don't you dare talk to him like that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, sir. You look very stagged in your thing. I guess.
The swimsuit skin.
Oh,
I'm saying
shit.
this because I just unlocked the 2B mod. These.
Oh my goodness. Based. Based. Yep. Based. Based. Yeah, yeah. Looks good. This game looks good. Not gonna lie. Yep. I'm gonna eat it. Now that's a mod. It's a based mod.
These cutscenes that last longer than most marriages are finally watchable. People have been shitting on the QuickTime event era of gaming for the last 5 years, and they make a game that is entirely QuickTime events, and it's about to win every trophy in this fucking building.
No.
All I ask is that now that popular opinion is looking kindly on QTEs, can you all finally admit that Resident Evil 5 is the best Resident Evil game? The sheer
He's wrong. It's 4. I'm sorry. It's 4.
passion and quality they put into this game makes it obvious to any.
Yeah, it's absolutely wrong. 4 is the best. 2 remake. 2? No, it's 4. No, no, it's not 2. It's 4. You never played 5? I don't need to. I already played 4, and it was the best. You don't know how bad it is. I don't need to know. It's 4.
One with eyes in their head why the game of the year is Yakuza 0, the GOTY of 1988, the GOTY of 2015, the GOTY of 2023, now the GOTY of 2025. Fuck you Greek gods that are built like Michelin men. Shit, Yakuza 0 doesn't exist anymore. Yakuza Pirates game.
Damn. You're wrong too. It's 2. How can you guys all be so wrong?
The year, like I was saying, the GOTY of 1988, the GOTY of 2015, the GOTY of 23, the GOTY of 25. Now let me kick on the sincere music again for you pimps. Thanks to all the pimps for an amazing year. I can't believe we hit that Shaker Cup goal so soon. I'm already threatening them to get a body pillow next. Of course, until then.
Bro, I would buy Flake body pillow. I would do it.
Yay, Busty Games. School. Nice. Is that it? I win. Refresh. 16 seconds, okay. Let's go watch the shop. Shop refresh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refresh. Yeah. Bye. Alright, now let's play the game. Top fashion.
Someone to collab with. If it's about guys, it would be. Wow.
Tits and a house party in Beverly Hills. Even Joff's got a dozen waifu games in here paying his rent. Now, any of these games be good? Listen, for right now.
No.
It's hard. And I suck ass at gaming. Dude, I don't know much about Atomic Heart. But I have watched videos of these robots.
Card.
Yeah. The fun videos. They are working really hard. Yeah. Did you know someone made a mod of you, Staria? No, I didn't.
First shoot, now Fleek, as Ku really is collecting an astounding amount of W's lately. Can't wait for the day we'll have a collab with all 3 of them together.
Papa Fleek, I'm available.
Jima's game, he's still separating more women from their shoes than TSA. But over here, we got...
Listen, does he need Eastern European dubbing into any video? I can pull it off. I will drink a shot. I will sound so Eastern European. Did you say wink? Yeah, in case I didn't wink. You never know if you really wink.
Golden Robo Titties, Robo Jiggle Joint.
Oh my god. Is this also Atomic Heart? My goodness.
Joints. We've got more fake
Wow.
tits and a house party in Beverly Hills. Even Joff's got a dozen waifu games in here paying his rent. Now, any of these games be good? Listen, for right now, they'll at least have 2 redeeming qualities.
Ooh, wait, this is not Atomic Heart. What is this? There are no ghost dummy mummies in Atomic Heart. Hello? What is that? Path of Exile? Okay, since when does Path of Exile have Gunner trailers? What the fuck?
In qualities, and that's enough. Now put down your 20-year-old games because it's that time of the year where we get hyped over a bunch of lies. The stupid Name Fest opened up by showing an awesome game that has heavy metal music, a rotund man doing wheelies.
I do love a rotund man. Wait, that is not going on a... I thought it was going on an American scooter. Oh no, but it's so close to it. There is no way that this was not meant to be. Well, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. Oh.
Doing wheelies, shooting flamethrowers, takedowns, gypsies, and best of all, gypsy takedowns. Oh my Jesus! A wave of nostalgia is coming over me.
A wave of nostalgia is coming over me. Pimps, we are finally back home.
Tell me, what is this game called? Oh, fuck, it's a Dark Souls game. I haven't been this bamboozled since my last trip to Thailand. But speaking of big reveals, licensed games are having a second coming, pimps. Straight from...
Wait, is it a Dark Souls game? No, I don't do well in Dark Souls game. No.
The Phantom Lines of THQ. We're getting Invincible, Deadpool, Dune, The Expanse, Scott Pilgrim, Game of Thrones, Dexter, but he's James Bond. And all these games mean nothing to me because the Robocock of Justice is getting takedowns. Let me tell you something personal. Ever since I was...
There's a Robocop game. It's okay. I don't need to know.
Boy, I've wanted
I don't need to know.
His head into an industrial vent because he littered. Tayon,
Oh shit!
I've got a chubby
Dude, Robocop is the new Mortal Kombat because the poor Mortal Kombat got neutered so hard. There are no tits, no takedowns, no legendaries, no nothing. You just have not so Mortal Kombat. Mediocre combat.
The size of Mount Rushmore, you are givers. No. Don't tell me that you can't do this to litterers. It's been a while since I've been shoved up. Let me ride the high. Damn, I lost it. Kojima must be nearby. Right.
Bro, I don't know anything about Death Stranding 2. I know it came out while I was away at vacation. The only thing I know is that Kojima scanned Elle Fanning's feet and everyone says that it's peak gaming and it's like basically cinema. It's like Elle Fanning's sweet, isn't it? She's cute, she's beautiful. Cinema. Absolute cinema. There's a VTuber. I know Pecora is in it or something. There's references to Pecora. Yeah.
Right now, it is an honor to welcome to Summer Game Fest a legendary game creator who is set to release his latest push into the gaming medium in both.
Oh, you see the way it steeps into the hole? Good stuff.
Here's the start of my eyes. Here's the sun in my moon. Hopefully.
The glaze. Bro, I'm going to be very European right now. It's actually crazy that this is what you guys call donuts. And Americans enjoy this. It's just a bunch of carbs with some sugar on top. And they are like, oh my god, this is peak cuisine. It's breakfast. Who the fuck eats donuts for breakfast? Fried carbs. Yeah, and I still remember there was this one time I was offered. That was my first American donut. It was, I think, from Krispy Kreme, and it was like a blueberry donut. I took it because there was no jizz on it. Like, you see the shiny thing? There wasn't on it. It was so sweet that I had to spit it back into my hand. It was actually not edible for me. It was crazy.
Hopefully, he will bear my children.
Mr. Hideo Kojima!
Kojima! Watch out to announce more walking slop. Keeping the hype going by showing an absolutely electric 7-minute conversation in a sepia-tone room, then left. Then he came back because he had more to say, because Kojima always has more to say, especially about Kojima. This
man is so fashionable.
Time it was to announce he has a USB stick of, quote, game ideas. Is that what we're calling it these days? Yeah, sure, buddy. I know what you mean by game ideas. It means the feet scans of every Hollywood actress in the last 20 years. Toronto's gonna be hunting after that USB like the holy fucking domino oregano.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if that would be true.
You know, Hideo-san, sweet lover. And we got Wu-Chang, Wu-Tang, Wu-Dang, not to be confused with Mo-Dang, the cute-ass baby hippo. Hippo. Mu-Dang looks like a solid 57% mix. Wu-Tang was just 45 seconds of showing a wall. And Wu-Chang's gonna put me through an unspeakable hell to see some breastises.
Breastises? Wait, did you lie to me? This is not Path of Exile, the god dummy mummies. You lied to me. This is not Path of Exile. I knew that Path of Exile doesn't have such high quality titties. You.
Story of my life, Jim. The new Bond game keeps stressing everywhere that this is a reimagining of the character that is their take and completely
you know when they have to say so much that it's a reimagining, it's adapted for modern audiences. I'm not sure. I'm not feeling so strong about this, fellas. I am not sure. That hair, I'm surprised that it's not a woman. Just like a badass 007 woman who would just like tell the previous 007 that he is wrong and she's right. So, you know, at least they kept it a guy so far.
stand alone. Does that mean this scene won't be making a real difference?
Man talk.
Man talk. Slaps ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Please let me know. I'm trying to save money for the organ donor edition of Borderlands.
That is not 129. That's... Oh my god. There is no way. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, no. I don't think so.
No.
That's not the base price. It doesn't matter that it's not the base price. I don't think that you can add, unless it's a DLC, then maybe. But even then. But this is just like some super duper pre-release early edition that you get some cosmetic bullshit with it.
A game where you go around shooting limp dick zombies and punt kicking the cast of Rugrats. And
I am interested in this game. I watched the trailer for this. I forgot what it was, but it looked really spooky and really cool. Look at that. You can kick a baby. You can kick the Kids United.
the cast of Rugrats. And before you ask, yes, I will collab.
Nikke collab has been announced. Let's see. Nikke, it's been announced. Let's watch the new announcement. Or that.
Y'all, it is time. It's all been confirmed. We have the newest collab, which you guys were right for the people who got it right.
Yes.
The Lycris anime is going to be the collab, right? They've officially confirmed it. Nikke X Lycris Recoil. It comes out February 12th. These are the characters we're getting, right? I don't know none of their names. I am going to watch it. I have 2 weeks to watch it. Probably watch it tonight or tomorrow 100%. Starting February 3rd, we are starting our Nikke-thon. Now, for anybody who's wondering what the Nikke-thon is, it's not a marathon where I'm going to be live for 24 hours, 24/7, no, nothing like that. I'm just going to be doing Nikke stuff, going through the story, have some challenges here and there while we do that every single day, Monday to Friday. You guys will see, right? So tap in around the 3rd. I have the trailer out if you guys want to see that, and subscribe. We are officially 25 subscribers away from 30,000. So if you're watching this video and you're hyped like me for this new collab, I'm not as hyped like as other people just because I don't know this collab. Right, like I don't know this collab. The same thing with Resident Evil, right? It was one thing where I didn't know anything about it besides that it existed.
Except she uses rubber bullets.
I know these two characters are very, very much loved on TikTok, so I'm very excited for that. As for this big head girl right here, I don't know who this is. I'm just going to assume it's the SR. I don't know none of their names. I don't know nothing. I don't know the lore. All I know is that they're girls with guns. That's all I know. But yeah, this is something because it's like, okay, I don't know how to feel. It's like, I don't expect them to be bad, but they're going to, like, it's as clear as day that these collabs we get in Nikke nowadays, they have like, you know, what's it called? They have like very, very unique kits, right? Or something extremely niche. And I feel like it's either like a niche towards an element, or it's just a niche towards some type of content in the game. So that's what I'm expecting these characters to lead as well. They're going to guarantee to have a niche of either an element or one content in the game, either whether it's bosses or whether it's mobs, right? One of the two guaranteed. Now, I think if we are going to get these collab characters, don't even look at Wind. Don't look at Wind. Wind does not need anything. I think right now the class that actually might need it all the most is going to have to be the Iron class, right? As you guys can see, Iron is, you know, they have Raven and Eve, sure, for abnormal or like, you know, abnormals, but besides that, not really hitters. I don't think Electric needs it. They have Maru, which is still good. 801's very good. Fire definitely doesn't need it. Asuka's still very good. Ray's still very good. Even A2 is decent, right? She's usable, at least, right? And then Water, I wouldn't say, like, Water technically needs it, sure, but I feel like Water is good with the Snow White and the Dorothy, but those are Pilgrims and one is limited, so maybe Water could actually use it, but Wind, just stay clear from Wind, right? I want to know what their names are, though, right? I wanna know what their names are. I'm gonna actually do that for myself real quick, right? Oh, look at that, God. 93% like this TV show. 7 out of 10. Oh, this is good. 8.5 out of 4.8 out of 5 out on Crunchyroll.
English dub is really good.
Yeah, this anime might be proper. What's their names? Characters. Let's find out their age first. Okay, so Kisato, which I'm assuming is her. Kisato is 17 years old through most of the series, and then Tanaka Inoue is this girl. She's 16. So this is just not a collab for me, right? And then Kurumi. What? That's the wrong one. That's from Data Live, right? So they're underage girls, right? All right. Not anything crazy. We'll see how I like these characters from what they do in the show. But there will be no gooning to this. Well, I'm not a gooner, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be going overly crazy for these characters. Now that I know they are underage, nope. You always got to fact check, y'all. I don't know nothing about this show, but I could have probably figured out that they were underage. I'm pretty sure this stuff takes like place in high school or whatever. And they're not characters that really look like adults to me, so I'm not as excited as other people, but I'm not like I'm excited because it's a collab, but I'm not like excited only because I don't know nothing about it, right? So I can't wait to tap into that. I would go live for this live stream, I would, but I can't, right? I can't. You copyright strike issues or copyright issues. Really excited though, really excited. Yeah, that's really it. I can't drag this video out. I'm not going to. It's just that simple. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this collab? Are you not excited for this collab? It's going to be your boys, the Yuxes. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Again, subscribe. Road to 30,025 subscribers. I'm out. Peace.
Peace. That was it. That was the collab announcement. 28 minutes ago. It was announced like an hour ago. Licorice Recoil. It's confirmed now. Licorice Recoil clip. Chisato dodging bullets, yeah. Episode 2. Maybe this will be her ability. Or whatever. This is it for like 1 second. Dead. One more for good luck. Thank you for watching. Fighting. Chisato and Nakina, yeah. They're Yuri baited. So I don't know how the affinity system will work for them. Cause I'm good, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. Baby, nothing's gonna stop. Real friendship. Yeah, the final episode. Don't watch that. Okay. Well, that was the announcement. Be sure to catch up on Nikke, and we'll see it again. We'll go back to the gameplay after this. Bye. Let's watch YouTube Shorts.
Mr. Nelson!
To do what you need to do.
I have no idea what I need to do.
Believe in what you can no longer deny.
I want that helmet and I want it now! A test of faith. You put that on, you may never get it off!
It is difficult for a Lord of Order or Chaos to maintain a presence on the physical plane.
You're babbling, Naboo!
Am I?
Bully, killjoy, geezer! We're out of here! It's over. Why isn't Naboo taking off the helmet?
Because the Earth needs Dr. Fate. I will not release this body.
This is not the right candidate. The boy will take the helmet and make sure you're put to good use. I'll stick around, keep you company.
Wait, what happened to you ascending, seeing Inza?
Don't sweat it, kid. I'll spend a few millennia here, then see Inza. Find your own little Spitfire. One who won't let you get away with nothing. For example, that.
Mr. Nelson!
To do what you need to do.
I have no idea what I need to do.
Believe in what you can
What happened to Claire? Actually, put the helmet on.
You have the right to remain plugged in. Any charge of you still can and will be used against you.
She's beautiful, isn't she? Marty, I never had a brother till you.
You have
Intel might be pissed at me because they just flew me all the way out here to Phoenix, but I had to go somewhere else more important as soon as I landed. Obviously, I went over to Meta PCs and oh my god, what a facility. Shout out to Zach and their squad for coming in on a Saturday to give me a guided tour. Other than this disgusting PC that someone was working on, this entire building was incredible and it's so cool to see the little details of how they make their pre-builts. I was totally not trying to just steal ideas for my own pre-built company. I wouldn't do that. But seriously, seeing this legendary set in person where they make the Hey Man videos, this is where Zach sits all day and he's rocking a pretty nice Terra build actually. And of course, they hooked me up with a Hey Man hat. Discount code ZACH saves 6 or 7%. But yeah, shout out to Intel for flying me all the way out here though. I guess I
Parker, hello, you're fired.
Why?
Dogs catching frisbees? Pigeons in the park, a couple of geezers playing chess?
Boss!
Not now.
I was thinking maybe the Bugle could show another side of New York for a change.
Now, we got 6 minutes to deadline, Jonah. We need page
Parker,
1.
I don't pay you to be a sensitive artiste. I pay you because, still not now. I pay you because for some reason that psycho Spider-Man will pose for you.
Spider-Man won't let me take any more pictures. You've turned the whole city against him.
A fact I'm very proud of. Now, get your pretty little portfolio off my desk before I go into a diabetic coma.
Boss, your wife's on the line. She said she lost a checkbook.
Thanks for the good news.
Mr. Jameson, please, isn't there any of these shots you can use? I really need the money.
Miss Brandt?
Yes.
Give me a violin.
5 minutes to deadline, Jonah.
All right, run a picture of a rancid chicken. Here's a headline. Food poisoning scare sweeps city.
Some food got poisoned?
I'm a little nauseous, yeah. Parker, hello, you're fired.
Why?
Tech, I need one of those med patches.
You used the last one.
What's wrong? Nothing. It's just a headache.
Which are becoming more frequent.
Is that so?
If you're concerned about the so-called inhibitor chips, don't be. Our deviant nature appears to have impeded their functionality. Except in Crosshair.
You're telling me you haven't removed your chips?
No, not yet.
Rex,
Those chips make you a threat to everyone around you, even her. You're all ticking time bombs. Take it easy, Captain. What's in your head is more dangerous than you can imagine. I've seen what happens when the chip activates, and I don't want to bury any more of our brothers. Trust me, it is not something you can control. I couldn't. It's a risk you do not want to take.
Yeah.
How do you suggest we get them out?
Oliver, hi.
Oh, watch yourself, buddy.
Thanks, sister.
Yeah. There is something going on. I'm going to tell you all about it.
Okay. What are you doing here?
I saw you and William together. Difficult not to wonder because he is, what, 9? And, you know, we had a thing 10 years ago. And...
William isn't yours. Sorry, I have to go.
No, go. Oh, here you are.
I gene sequenced the hair strand with the blood sample you gave me. The Y chromosomes match.
Thanks for this. It's a big help. Don't tell anyone about this.
All right, I'd like to know what's going on here.
Felicity.
Hey, what was that?
I know that William is my son.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me?
Your mother told me not to. She offered me $1 million to tell you that I miscarried.
I cannot hear another lie. I don't care that you have a child. I care that you lied to me just now.
My whole world just exploded. I think that I'm entitled to a minute to process that by myself.
If you loved me, telling me this wouldn't be such a burden. It would be a relief.
Homer, this is Floyd. Give him any 2 numbers and he can multiply them in his head, just like that.
Okay, 5 times 9. 45. Wow.
We call this guy the Chief. He's been here since 1968. Never says a word, never moves a muscle.
Hey, Chief. Hello. Well, it's about time somebody reached out to me.
Joe's Crematorium. You kill him, we grill him.
Hello?
Joe's Crematorium.
Who's this?
I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
I'm Michael Jackson.
The Michael Jackson? Pfft, no way.
It's true. I'm with your father in a mental institution.
Uh-huh. And is Elvis with you?
He could be. It's a big hospital.
Oh, come on. If you're really Michael Jackson, who are your last 4 dates for the Grammys?
Brooke Shields, Diana Ross, Emmanuel Lewis, and Bubbles.
Shiver me timbers, you are Michael Jackson.
Homer, this is Floyd. Give him any 2 numbers.
Man addicted to Coca-Cola has 35 stones removed from his bladder after drinking 3 liters daily. Oh, good thing that won't happen to me. Man addicted to Coca-Cola has 35 stones removed from his bladder.
This old Alienware desktop came with a dynamic ventilation system, where these ribs on the top of the system actually open and adjust depending on the internal temperature of the system, giving you silence when you want it, or ventilation when you need it. And that sounds like a really cool concept, right? Well, it totally would be if when you went to actually open this system up, they actually used it for ventilation, and not just this tiny fan right here. Because not only is most of the top blocked, the only fan up here is this little guy right here, which if I had to guess is a 40mm fan set as intake of all things, which is probably just here to cool the RAM. Other than that, the only other fans inside the system include this little fan on the VRM. There's one intake on the PCIe slot cover that's kind of offset, completely blocked off by the front, and then there's a rear 120mm on the AIO, all of which gain no value of having these vents open up in a direction that would only make sense for exhaust. Definitely a cool concept, but a pathetic implementation. With that said, there are actually 2 things about this system that I wish would come back, both of which have to do with the case.
When are you going to find a job?
I work.
A job with a paycheck.
Trying to pull your weight around here.
Where did you get that?
I earned it. It's $3, enough to buy a month worth of groceries for the entire family.
Don't want dirty money in this house.
Just because I'm smart enough not to have to break my back like a slave or work some job that I hate?
Yeah? What do you do? Voice.
This is it. This is our venture, a motorized bicycle.
Others are messing around with engines on bikes.
So we do it better.
Building an engine, any engine, this would take metallurgy, combustion science, machine tools, and money, none of which we have.
You were born for this. You know it too. Jomer, pleasure, sir.
What do you want?
I think we all agree that there is one problem with bicycles, pedaling. We offer the perfect solution. A small, powerful gasoline engine
RTX 2070 Ti. How good is many 2025 games now require more than 8 GB of VRAM for ultra textures at 1440p.
Joke. It's a joke, guys. Six, seven. Oh no. 6, 7. Oh yeah, it's pretty funny.
Do you guys want to see something funny? So,
funny?
This happened. This happened like literally like 2 days ago or something, right? You see this shit, chat? Was it a mayor or vice mayor? A politician. Let's say it's a politician. A politician of, let's say. Remember when we had that discussion where I lived in the GTA server of the Philippines, basically like in Mindanao, right? The south part where there's a lot of like the religious violence, there's a lot of like cultish people, there's a lot of weirdos out there that want to fucking kill each other and shit like that. Yeah, the PvP server. So this just fucking happened. Nice. A politician got fired at by a goddamn RPG. So that's very funny. Yeah, look at this shit, chat, okay? Boom! Yeah, and then they fucking dipped. It's literally a run and gun. Right? A run and gun. Yeah. Yeah. And then they fucking fired the RPG, they just fucking did. But the thing is, the mayor, the politician, did not die. The armored car that the guy was like wearing, the car that the mayor was in, got fucked. Some people died, but the mayor himself was alive. Holy shit. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one political thing that happened in the Philippines right now. I would explain to you all the political background to give context on how this happened, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah, look at okay. This is the car, and then the guy this is the car. The black is the car, and then that white van over there is the guys with the RPG. So look at this shit, okay? Okay, they get out, fucking grab the RPG, fires it on the car, boom! The car still keeps moving. Yeah. Yeah. Great ad for the black car. Yeah. So there's a lot of lore for this as to why it didn't like get destroyed. But basically the TLDR is that the RPG they use is fucking weak because it's not
skill issue.
Genuine. It's not an authentic, or it's scrapped together basically. It's a very DIY RPG that's sold in the black market. So, okay, so I do know a little bit about this. Or maybe not even higher. Maybe they are part of the militia. He just decided to aim and do nothing with it. Yeah. That is fucking retard, okay? One guy got over there, flip-flops and RPG in hand, and the other guy got his goddamn assault rifle. What the fuck is bro doing? He's so useless. What is he do? Fucking He just decided to aim and do nothing. Yeah. That's like mostly the nature people. This is where the ghost stories happen. This is where there's still a lot of nature and untapped, unbridled, untouched virgin lands.
That's what it is.
South Philippines over here is the PvP server. This is where the war happens. This is where the cult people are. This is where people get killed. This is where you get murdered for the wrong reason.
The Philippines.
What is going on in the Philippines that they're shooting RPGs at the mayor? Oh, it's mostly just political reasons. Am I going to like talk about this? I don't know if it's like relevant right now, but basically it's very religious coded. It's for religious reasons. It's a bit deeper than that, but that's the TLDR. Yeah.
Very nice. North Korea gaming console. Banco. They found out. Apolitical. Silence is fine.
Please do a review of the RTX 2080 Super. This is probably the most emotionally attached to a graphics card I ever will be. Now, even if you don't have a weird GPU backstory like I do, the 2080 Super is still pretty viable. On eBay, I see them for $210 to $250, and if you look at the GPU comparison chart,
What the Kingsman?
Okay, so it seems like Doki Bird continues to be killing it in the Marvel Rivals space, and even more as well, of course. But yeah, it seems like she's been kind of collaborating and doing a lot of stuff with a lot of the big streamers of Marvel Rivals, including one which you guys might be a little bit interested in, which of course is Kingsman. Now, if you don't remember, Kingsman was essentially involved in a drama a couple of weeks ago, I think now. It was massive. I mean, if you're on the internet, you guys probably know exactly what went down, but if you guys don't remember, essentially what happened was there was a big streamer tournament thing that was going on, and Kingsman was drafted onto a team which was captained by CC alongside some other streamers called Zaza and Lucy Aza. I'm not sure how you say their name, but again, obviously they had a whole argument about like a method team and how the comp should work and how the team should really be playing, because I think one of them was like Black Widow main or whatever. They weren't doing very good on that role, and he was saying, hey guys, maybe we should switch this up, maybe we should change this, maybe we shouldn't play Black Widow, and maybe we should do something that would actually help the team, right? And of course, then they got into the whole thing of they refused to swap, and they were stating that they were playing for vibes, which was pretty insane. A lot of people were pretty angry about, a lot of the stuff that's going on, and telling essentially Kingsman to shut up, even though he clearly wanted to win a tournament, which by the way had a prize pool of over $40,000, which is pretty insane, right? And of course, then what happened was there was a big fallout that happened. There's a community backlash, and of course the team actually ended up kicking him from the tournament, and the organizer ended up kicking them from the tournament with the former team played the tournament without him, stuck to their vibe strategy, and finished in last place with a 1-8 record. And one of the big things as well was Kingsman mentioned the fact that he was going to use this money for college, he needed it or whatever for school, and to pay off a lot of the kind of big debts and stuff that comes with that. And so again, people were very mad whenever they found this out. There's a lot of community backlash against CC and some other people, and it ended up with Kingsman having a huge viewership over on Twitch now, and a lot of people donating to him, and I hope that he has made the money back. And again, he's been getting crazy amounts of viewership. You can see on the VOD he's been getting 400,000, 300,000, 200,000. So he is doing better than ever with 282,000 subscribers after this whole drama. But what's been happening is a lot of Marvel Rivals creators, including Doki Bird, have been playing with him quite a bit because obviously they heard what happened. They were absolutely, you know, horrified by what had happened, and you know, wanted to kind of help him out and play with him and you know, have a good time and promote him even further, right? And it seems like it was Doki Bird's time with them actually collabing in her last stream, which was really, really great to see. And a lot of people have been talking about it, with this one screenshot going pretty viral at the moment. Then Doki Bird is queuing with Kingsman right now, and yeah, as you can see, yeah, you know, they're playing, and it was up on kind of her VOD as well, and yeah, they played a few games and stuff together, which again was really, really great to see, as Doki Bird, you know, is a Marvel Rivals content creator as well, I'd say at this point, because she does play a lot of Marvel Rivals. A lot of people saying, crazy enough, other than Lithero, those two are what made me download the game, mainly Doki because I've watched them for a while, but they got into King's content recently because of what he went through, and they are fun to watch and give a lot of good advice on how to play and stuff, right? Obviously, some people are mentioning the fact that, you know, he's being passed around like a blunt with every Rivals creator, which I do think is kind of true, right? He's featured in a lot of other people's streams. I'm pretty sure he's been with like Flats and people like that as well.
Oops, I saw something. Wait, it's only 7:30. Computer. Yes, chaos. 16 gigs is always better.
Should I get 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM or 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM? That should never be a debate. Let me explain super quickly. For gaming PCs in 2023 and 2024, you absolutely do not want to build with only 8 gigabytes of RAM. Lots of games are utilizing more RAM these days, and we're officially in the territory of 32 gigabytes becoming the new standard. If you're on an ultra tight, super strict budget, then 16 gigabytes of DDR4 is still perfectly fine right now. But if you're building a PC that's at least $800 or $900, then I recommend going for 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM or even more. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Alright, now let's do the daily missions. Oh, it's Sunday, that means we have to finish our weekly missions. Weekly reset.
Questions like this: should I get 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM or 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM? That should never be a debate. Let me explain super quickly. For gaming PCs in 2023 and 2024, you absolutely do not want to build with only 8 gigabytes of RAM. Lots of games are utilizing more RAM these.
Oops. I never finished my dailies. Oops, my hourlies. Let me do my logins, okay? Gotta do my logins. Yes.
Don't worry, I just got vaccinated. I'm perfectly fine. That's not the way I wanted to start the video. Teleports behind. Well, nothing personal. And it's an anime girl.
Damn,
well, actually, it's a normal girl with an anime sword. Holy crap, that is enormous. I see a gut sword, I think, in the background there, too. That's pretty cool. Why is it that most of the time, it's just the cute anime girls that wield the big swords, you know? I can think of multiple examples. Guts, for instance, he's just the cutest. What's cracking, guys? Speaking of cuties, I think all of you out there are super hyper kawaii. Destinate. Wow, that's really cringe. I'm gonna start over. It's your boy Noble over here, thanking you for once again joining me on this adventure. Give yourselves a booty slaps today. Help me in that algorithm, because YouTube's messing with some strange things that I don't understand anything anymore. You think after like 6 to 7 years of YouTube, and I would get what
6, 7.
what's going on in the outer. I know nothing, but I just know that your subscriptions and likes and notification bells helping me out. So like, seriously, thank you all. Thank you. That's enough butt kissing here. Let's actually get to some funnies. My mom, are you sure this is an action figure? And me being like, looking at that Mona, like, ooh.
Yes.
Oh, the water in the legs, and oh, that Mona. I wish that was an actual real Mona resin figure. And honestly, Ashley like saw this, and it's just made by some guy who makes like these incredible resin artworks. It's not official. I really want a Mona figure though, seriously. When the manga readers say the manga did it better, and it's like they're all smug, and this is what they mean, and oh, Nagatoro, wow. Honestly, that's kind of strange that they did change that, considering that, you know, the guy is a professional off-brand artist, and, you know, anime certainly got a lot further than putting girls in skimpy uniforms. Why would they change that? That doesn't make sense. There was a manga and an anime like that before, wasn't there? And it seems we have a cameo in the back, and Fairy Tail fans be like, oh, look,
no.
Back there, you see that? You gotta see that. Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, this new anime, Eden Zero, I believe is called, is made by the same creator who made Fairy Tail. And well, you know, they put the same characters in there, you know? It was just like my own Neko Overrun, where like the Talavru characters made all sorts of appearances in there until they wanted to bring Talavru back with Darkness, and then, well, that series went to heck. Move, bro. I want to see, just shoves the shark out of the way for hot anime girl over here. Freaking Marty in a swimsuit. Sheesh. How far would you go for your waifu? Would you throw sharks out of the way? Would you throw everything out the window just so you can get one sweet look at that 2D anime titty? Yeah, you probably would. You're a degenerate. Babe, it's positive. Please say it's for the vibe.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man, that vaccination thing that I did right there, you know, it makes me feel better, I guess, more safe, but it really felt like someone like punched me in the arm, like a tsundere girl just slammed me right in my shoulder, and it hurt, man. It hurt. So the beginner lap pillow, just on the thighs. The pro just face down into the thighs. And then the god tier. Together, they all decided to create a full lap bed. Holy crap. I'm not here to look down upon you people who have never even gotten to the beginner stage of the lap pillows. Don't worry. One day you can get there. Or you could practice on your homie's lap just to see how it is, you know? Homie should give you a lap pillow, why not? That time I died in a boot can explosion and got reincarnated in some goddamn fantasy world. Well, then I started a successful business selling mono and mono accessories. Oh, gosh, dang it, Pop. Alright, now here's the true quiz. Do you know where that world is from? Bonus points if you can tell me what anime that isekai world is from. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I have zero idea. So even if you guessed in the comment section, I can't tell you what people think D&D is like. It's all goblins, they're super serious, bad things can happen. And what D&D is actually like, it's the Konosuba gang.
Yes.
It's a bunch of misfits all thrown together and kind of useless sometimes. Welcome to the world of RNG, where throwing the dice can literally screw you over royally. I love playing D&D with the homies. So yeah, it's really good. You should check it out. It's on Rustage's 2 channel here. Massive shout out to that boy. I see an anime girl liking a meme. Someone gave magic numbers in the comments section. Ooh. I remember that I'm French and that my government banned the website.
No.
Oh. Yeah, so apparently the French government banned certain websites. And it's really sad and kind of depressing, honestly. I didn't really, I mean, allow them to look at some good old off-brand of drawings. Like, man, the world is just not as good as it used to be out here, man. Or Nagatoro, wanna go with me too then? And she's bullying, and Nagatoro like, oh. And she holds the hand up, looks at her, and like, so you have chosen death.
Death punch.
Honestly, I get this feeling. You are gonna bully your significant other, and it's only fun for you. And if someone else bullies them, you're gonna be mad, because only you should be able to bully them. Only you deserve that privilege. It's nice. Does that make me Nagatoro in a sense? Oh God. So you, a weeb, looking happy with another mom, but your actual mom behind being like, son? Yo, this makes me feel things. I don't know how I like this. I don't think I like this. I don't think she should be sad, you know? She should be all right, because the kid probably wants the mama milkers and not the actual mom version of that, because that just make it weird. All right, that just make it weird. Atago of the pool, what is your wisdom? Ship girls are the best because no one will say that your waifu doesn't exist. Oh, that's kind of just like being a fan of Fate. Even more so, like all your waifus exist in Fate. It's great. You can't really deny they're real famous people.
Da Vinci?
Why don't you pretend to be my boyfriend? I get to go out with the guy I love, even if it's fake. There's nothing but profit for me. And stunts going up. Ah, yeah.
No.
The anime where the childhood friend wins. Such a strange little show there. I watched a little bit of it, and it kind of intrigued me. At the same time, it was kind of cringe, but you know, we'll see how that one goes.
It was super
being like,
cringe.
lol, Mao, what a simp! Looking at the rent-a-girlfriend guy. Then also weeps, oh, my waifu walls, I worship everything you do. Let me lick the feet. Hey, man. I'm really no better out there. I mean, I make fun of the people out there, but doesn't stop me from being a simp too. I am subscribing to so many of my VTuber homies out there. Bunny Mouse, Silver, Melody. I'm a total simp. I might have downloaded the wrong One Piece. And is that a Luffy in a fedora? Why is Luffy in a fedora instead of a straw? If there's one thing that you couldn't get, it's a stinking straw hat, really? Like, Luffy's outfit is so simple. How do you mess up something so freaking simple, bro? Then again, Luffy would never be attracted to females anyway there, so whatever. You can absorb the powers of what you eat? Do you even have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? Of Eren Yeager, Spooter, some girl, Rimuru, Kirby, and of course the boy from My Hero. There's even an isekai anime out there. I think it's literally titled like you gain power by whatever you eat or something. You level up by eating or something. There are so many things like that. It really doesn't narrow that down at all. Don Machi fans giving reasons why Hessie isn't a useless Gunny like Aqua being all like, oh my god, so much calculations here. Meanwhile, Kazuma, both can be useless goddesses. Oh, goody! Aqua and the boob ribbon thing ain't bad, though. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. Okay, Hestia has some ups and downs, okay? She does level him up, and she does take care of the guild house there, and I guess there's some rules that she can't go into the dungeon to help him out. I don't know, man. This is weird. So my mother, who makes a doctor's appointment for me, just standing up. And then an adult introvert made just standing behind her like, thanks, Mom. Oh yeah, that wasn't necessarily me, but Ashley did stalk and book an appointment. It pretty much forced me. She really wanted me backstage, mostly because she wants to travel as soon as possible. Yeah. Alright, that's where we're gonna end our freaking venture. Some good animes, guys. I hope you guys had a fantastic time here. So if you did, slap that like button. It really helps me out. Why don't you watch some more of my videos? I have so many other things. What's that? Maybe you just want to, like, thank Killer? I guess you can do that, you know, whatever. Thanks, Killer. Anyway, I'll see you beautiful sons and guns again next time.
You crazy mother.
Bro, no gamer buys a CPU with integrated graphics. Alright bud, let's see if you're right. We'll go to the Steam hardware survey to start, and 3 of the top 20 options are integrated graphics listed as their GPU. AMD Radeon graphics is listed here at 2%. That's more popular than an RTX 4070 Super, 3080, 1660 Super, and all 3 of these integrated GPU lines are more popular than the RTX 4090 or any RTX 50 series card combined, granted they just came out. Now you and your little group of friends may all be rocking dedicated GPUs and you think that that represents the entire world. Or maybe you're just misinformed about what integrated graphics are actually capable of these days. I'll refer you to this ETA Prime video where he benchmarks the Radeon 8060S integrated GPU. Here he's getting 70 to 80 FPS in Spider-Man 2 in 1440p. Forza Horizon 5 gets 70 FPS in 4K, and Cyberpunk is over 60 FPS in 1440p Ultra. Now granted, this is using some AI upscaling, but these are incredibly impressive numbers for integrated graphics. And feel free to read the comments section of this video with all the people sharing that they're using integrated graphics as well. Bro, no gamer buys a CPU with integrated graphics. Alright bud, let's see if you're right. We'll go to the Steam hardware survey to start, and 3 of the top 20 options are integrated graphics listed as their GPU. AMD Radeon graphics is listed here at 2%. That's more popular than an RTX 4070 Super, 3080, 1660 Super, and all 3 of these integrated GPU lines are more popular than the RTX 4090 or any RTX 50 series card combined, granted they just came out. Now you and your little group of friends may all be rocking dedicated GPUs and you think that that represents the entire world. Or maybe you're just misinformed about what
What a strange human. I'm glad he finally left. So, you're strong enough to walk now?
It's you. Where have you been?
I have repaid your kindness and cleared my debt, so it's time for me to leave you now. Just make sure you eat enough food, okay, mister? Hey, man, you've got to keep it together. Jeez, call yourself a person? I can't leave you alone like this.
I thought I still had one left. But, like, if someone brings you food, I think it just means that they're concerned about you. There's no way. A cat wouldn't do that. Found it.
Yes! I had that before, but only once. The most delicious thing ever. Is he gonna let me have it?
What has gotten into you? I don't understand you at all. So why have you been giving me all your food?
I changed my mind. I'll stay with you forever if you want.
Look, if you interrupt my work again, I'll run you off. You got that?
Tastes so good.
A truth, one that can't be found through imagination.
I set it to white. Why does it look blue? Hey man, what's the problem? Hey yo Cap, I set my fans to white, but they're coming out more blue than anything. Are they broken? Nah, they're not broken. The thing is that when you pick white on RGB, it sets all 3 colors, red, green, and blue, to max. But blue LEDs are way stronger than both red and green, so the mix tends to lean more blue instead of looking neutral. You gotta bring down the blues a bit and add a touch more red, so pretty much you're looking for a very light orange. And our eyes will read that warmth as a balanced white when it's shining through the fan. Oh wow, get out of here. Yeah, that white looks so much better. See, I told you. Where'd you learn how to do that? Oh, I just give Cap Labs a follow. You can like and share for more tips. Eyes will read that warmth as a balanced white when it's shining through the fan. Oh wow, get out of here. Yeah, that.
Do any of you have information you'd like to share?
We don't know anything.
Then you're of no use to the Empire.
What are you doing? Guerrera's fighters are dead. These are civilians. We should bring them in.
Those weren't our orders.
Forget our orders. This is wrong.
So you're not going to comply?
No, none of us are. Ignore the clones. We signed up to be soldiers, not an execution squad. We're going to detain the prisoners and take them in for questioning.
You want to know why they put me in charge? It's because I'm willing to do what needs to be done. Good soldiers follow orders.
It appears your squad is one trooper down.
Guerrero was already gone, but the rest of his camp was dealt with.
Impressive. The clone commander's new squad has followed through, where his brethren did not.
Do any of you have information you'd like to share?
We don't know anything.
Do you want to be my sister? No one wants to be your sister.
Bam? I don't even have a sense of taste, and these are incredible.
Whatever that.
Wait.
It's a nice piece. I was referring to your sidearm.
Oh,
May I?
sure. It's a Colt Python.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Today I'm building a top-tier gaming PC from 2008, the kind of machine that was basically impossible to put together back in 2008 itself. Then we'll actually play the games that were coming out around that time. And on top of that, I'll show you a crazy CPU overclock where I literally doubled the clock speed. The budget for this thing is about $3,000 in 2007-2008 money. Let's start with the CPU. Obviously, none of these parts are brand new. It's 2025. Where am I supposed to get this stuff sealed in box? The previous lucky owner of this processor absolutely cooked it with liquid metal. The liquid metal turned into solid metal, and this is the result we've got. Man, the good old days. Back when I hadn't even escaped the plantation and I was already trying to build gaming PCs.
What the fuck?
On top of that, this is a 771 socket chip. You can even see the little adapter sticker slapped on there. The CPU is called Xeon X5482. When it launched back in 2007, it cost $1,279 and was considered one of the most powerful chips you could buy at the time. 4 cores. I'm obviously going to modify it a bit. My precision skills aren't exactly NASA grade, so I'll be cutting shallow notches, just deep enough to make it fit, but not deep enough to destroy the CPU contacts. These weird bumps on the heat spreader are really bugging me, so I'm gonna knock them down with some sandpaper. And of course, I can't resist giving the heat spreader a quick polish. There's almost no practical point to it, but look how it shines. Without this whole ritual, the CPU would only boot on the 5th attempt. Next up, the motherboard, my dear friends. An insanely expensive overclocking board for its time. Asus P5Q Premium. At launch, it cost $380. It has a legit 16-phase VRM for the CPU, so overclocking is basically its middle name. And here's what this dragon actually looks like. Huge heat sinks tied together with tiny heat pipes to the point where mounting a cooler properly is a pain. It supports 16 gigabytes of high-speed DDR2 1600 MHz, which in that capacity you could barely even find, and good luck ever pushing it to those clocks in the real world. I'm going to do a quick mod on the socket so this CPU can actually fit. You could technically just mod the CPU or just the socket, but I started hacking on the CPU and realized I'd have to farm mod both anyway. That whole 771 to 775 mod with paper or metal stickers used to be a full-on community sport. You'd buy a retired server chip for peanuts and turn your crusty old LGA 775 build into the best bang for the buck setup. Without the alignment keys in the socket, you can physically drop the CPU in any orientation, so your only remaining reference is the tiny triangle on the corner of the CPU and the matching mark on the socket. By the way, this thing has 4 LAN ports. These onboard power and reset buttons for some reason don't work. Next up is the RAM. Proper overclocker memory, 55516 timings at 1666 megahertz, 8 gigabytes and 4 sticks, and it costs $310 at launch. The heat sinks on these modules, you've gotta respect that. For at 1666 megahertz, 8 gigabytes and 4 sticks, and it costs $310 at launch. The heat sinks. It's 8 gigabytes and
8 gigabytes and 4 sticks, so each one of those is 2 gigabytes.
4 sticks, and it costs $310 at launch. The heat sinks on these modules, you've gotta respect that. For context, back then even DDR2 800 was considered fine, DDR2 1066 was high-end, and anything approaching 1200 to 1300 megahertz was already extreme territory. So seeing 1600 megahertz on a DDR2 box in 2007-2008 looked more like a magic spell than a realistic spec. The next piece of this build I bought for one reason only. It was absolutely brand new. It's a 2007 cooler, a crazy unit from Thermaltake called Big Typhoon, which, to be honest, gave me a big headache in actual use. The launch price was about $55.
A few months back, we took a look at a 2005 gaming PC that I built from parts I acquired over the years, and it turned out to be a great system for games around the time and was very fun to build and bench. Since making the video, I've wanted to throw some upgrades at it to see how much more it could do, and well, thanks to a generous hardware donation from a viewer of the channel, we're finally going to be revisiting the system and finding out if we can make it ready for 2006. If you haven't already, I suggest you take a look at my first video on this build if you want to know most of the background behind the system and what parts we used before. With that, let's jump right into all of the upgrades. By 2006, having more than one CPU core was starting to become the norm as a lot more options became available in the form of AMD's Windsor Athlon 64X2s and Intel's Core 2 Duo, so it only makes sense to use a dual-core chip for this upgrade. Now, unfortunately, I can't use a Windsor CPU on this platform, but thanks to a donation from an awesome viewer of the channel, I was able to go for the next best thing. This is an AMD Opteron 180, and it's one of the faster dual cores available for this platform. It comes clocked at 2.4 GHz, which is 200 MHz higher than the 3700 Plus we were using before, and with the extra core, this should equate to a fantastic uplift in CPU performance. And when we get to overclocking the parts, well, that's where things are going to get a little crazy. The rated TDP of the chip does jump to 110 watts as expected, but I compensated for this with a small cooler upgrade. Gone are the mismatched sticks of RAM that we were using before, and in goes a beautiful 2x1GB kit of OCZ EB Platinum RAM rated for DDR500 speeds, which was donated along with the CPU by that awesome viewer, so thanks again. They're a pale gold in color and quite sexy if you ask me. This was known to be amongst the best DDR RAM that money could buy around the time, and are good for up to 550 MHz with the right tuning. It's good to know that the RAM speed never ends. And to take advantage of all this dual-core power, I swapped the dapper EVGA 7800 GTX with the rather utilitarian-looking, but much faster Radeon X 1900 XTX running a Thermaltake Duorb cooler. This card was one of the kings of performance in early 2006, and remained a very high-end option up until the release of NVIDIA's DirectX 10-capable 8800 GTX. Even after the fact, it remained a really strong card for DirectX 9 thanks to ATI's well-aging R500 architecture and its incredible brute force pixel shading capability. These traits made it one of the fastest DirectX 9 cards ever made, and it will be a tremendous upgrade over that 7800 GTX. As for what hasn't changed, I didn't see any reason to ditch the Antec Sonata case as it was already very good. The power supply got a slight upgrade with that older EVGA 600 watt being swapped for a newer gold rated unit. As I mentioned before, I changed the all-aluminum Athlon 64 stock cooler with a 4 heat pipe copper and aluminum one from a Phenom 2, and the SSD is the same given that it was already being bottlenecked by the SATA 1 speeds. So in the end, only 3 parts differ that are important for this video, but believe me when I say that that was all we needed to make a world of a difference for the system. Okay, let's talk overclocking. Now in my last video I did some mild tuning to the parts, but we're going to try to push the envelope a little more this time around. After a while of tuning, I brought the CPU FSB up to 250 MHz, which after factoring in the 12x multiplier makes for a nice and rounded 3 GHz clock speed on both cores, and has our memory running right at its rated speed of 500 MHz effective. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really the best person to be tuning Athlon 64s, as I don't have that much experience with them. If it were someone a little more acquainted with these chips, I'm sure they would be able to push the setup much farther, but this should still give us a respectable boost over the stock clocks. And I mean, even with the better cooler, it was getting a little bit too hot for my liking. Last time the system responded really well to the overclock, so even if this is just a 25% boost, I don't think it's out of the question to expect some good scaling here as well, but this time the graphics card may hold us back a bit, even though it's much faster than the old one. Speaking of which, I tried to tune the X1900 XTX as well, but unfortunately the card would get extremely unstable even with some conservative overclocks, and at lower settings the performance boost was negligible. I tried messing with the card's voltage as well, but it just didn't seem to help much. Again, I think I'll just chalk this up to a lack of experience on my part. I hope to learn more about tuning these cards in the future and make a dedicated video showing off what an overclocked X1900 can do, but for now I just stuck to the card's default settings for our stock and overclocked benchmarks. Now let's talk what we're going to be testing. This time we're featuring the largest game suite of any of my videos so far, with 13 games in total. 5 of them are games returning from the previous video, and the other 8 are new for the system, so it's a pretty overhauled test suite that's much more well-rounded in my opinion. This should give us an even better overview on how the system stacks up compared to before, and I've also added some classics that really should have been in the first video. We are using different settings for some of the old games, so some of the results won't be apples to apples between this video and the first one, but I'll include retested results from the old setup so we can compare. Like before, all games were tested using the 1280 by 1024 resolution. Also, to get my numbers for the frame rate charts, I completed each benchmark 3 times and then averaged the results out, and for the frame time charts, I selected the run that produced the tightest frame times of the 3. Finally, I'll show a slide on screen with the full system specs plus the graphics drivers we used, and with that, we have 13 games to test on 3 setups, so let's get to it. First game up is Doom 3, and I tested it using the Demo 1 time demo at the Ultra preset with 4xAA and 16xAF. Now here the old setup achieves 69 frames per second on average, and on the new setup frame rates rose 38% to 95. Overclocked performance was the same, and this is a pretty clear example of a GPU bottleneck. Frame times were pretty poor on the old setup, but things are a lot better on the new one as expected. That overclocked setup could shine with a more powerful GPU, but I wanted to keep things period correct in this video, so expect this kind of overclock scaling in some of the more GPU-bound games. Still, we were able to observe a solid performance boost on the new system, but trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. Next up is Half-Life 2, and here I used the high settings along with 4xAA and 16xAF, and I tested using my standard 75-second run of some gameplay around the canals. The old setup scored 73 frames per second, with the new setup 30% faster at 95 and overclocked at 64% faster at an impressive 120. Frame times were good on all the setups.
Prices. How much? What really changed? Every rep explained. Oh, 8 minutes or 4 minutes? Oops.
DDR1. DDR1 came out in 2000, and it was created because computers became heavier to run. So before DDR RAM existed, computers still used something called SD RAM. This SD RAM was too slow since it could only send one data at a time, which makes computers stutter and have longer loading times when we're trying to open something. That is why DDR RAM was created, which allows sending twice as much data compared to the previous SD RAM. So as a result, computers became more responsive. In terms of speed, it runs up to 400 megahertz with a capacity up to 1 gigabyte, which was enough for browsing the internet, doing office work, and playing light games such as Doom. However, DDR1 also came with a problem. It's using 2.5 volts of electricity, which is a lot for RAM. And since it consumes a lot of electricity, it produces more heat as well. So when RAM becomes too hot, your computer might crash or freeze. And what makes it worse is that DDR1 existed in the era of Windows Millennium Edition, which is the worst and the most unstable Windows version ever. So not only did computers keep crashing because of the overheating RAM,
Yeah, that was it.
programs in the Windows Millennium Edition often experienced errors as well. DDR2. DDR2 came out in 2004 as an upgrade from DDR1. It ran at higher speeds, around 400 megahertz with the basic variant to 800 megahertz with the higher end version.
When did it come out?
Not only did 2004 as an upgrade from
2004. Okay. So it came out after 3 years.
DDR1. It ran at higher speeds, around 400 megahertz with the basic variant to 800 megahertz with the higher end version, and supported 2 gigabytes to 4 gigabytes of memory per RAM stick. With this amount of RAM, computers can now open more programs at the same time. But it wasn't only the speed that changed, every RAM generation also comes with a different notch position. And in the case of DDR2, the notch was moved to the middle to clearly differentiate it from DDR1. More importantly, DDR2 also used a lower voltage of just 1.8 volts. This means it consumed less power and produced less heat compared to DDR1. But even though DDR2 was faster, it was very expensive back then. So in terms of price to performance, DDR2 just wasn't that great compared to DDR1. And even if someone really upgraded their RAM, they also had to buy a new motherboard that's compatible with the RAM generation they're using. That's why some people at the time chose not to upgrade and kept using DDR1 instead.
Yes.
DDR3. DDR3 came out in 2007, and this RAM generation is what made computers more commonly used by normal people. This happens.
When did it come out?
And this RAM. DDR3. DDR3 came out in 2007, and this RAM generation is what made computers more commonly used by normal people. This happens because the voltage of DDR3 got lowered to just 1.5 volts, which is great. So not only did PCs run even cooler, but laptop batteries could last longer as well. DDR3 also ran at higher speeds from 800 to 1600 megahertz and had a memory capacity from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes per stick, which made it good for light photo editing, gaming, and heavier multitasking.
Yes.
But the most important thing, 100 megahertz, and had a memory capacity from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes per stick, which made it good for light photo editing, gaming, and heavier multitasking. But the most important thing about DDR3 was that it introduced dual-channel technology. With this feature, doing things feels more instant since 2 RAM sticks move data a lot faster instead of just 1. And not only that, this dual channel is also very useful for computers that use integrated graphics. Because unlike a dedicated graphics card that has its own memory called VRAM, an integrated GPU doesn't have its own memory. So in order to load images, render game graphics, and things like that, it will use your system's RAM instead. That's why having dual channel RAM will improve visual smoothness and even give higher FPS when gaming with integrated graphics. But just a side note about dual channel RAM though, it's always better to use RAM sticks with the same speed and brand. And this doesn't only apply to DDR3, but also DDR4 and DDR5. Because if you mix RAM sticks with different speeds, it will still work, but everything will automatically run at the lowest speed. And even if you try to change the RAM speed manually in the BIOS menu, your system might become unstable or crash later. You can also mix RAM sticks from different brands that have the same speed, but sometimes it can cause random errors or instability because different brands may use different memory chips or electrical circuits. Anyway, the point is DDR3 with dual channel was already really good, but it wasn't perfect in that era because even with fast DDR3, computers in 2007 still felt heavy to run. And the reason wasn't the RAM itself, it was because computers used Windows Vista. So Windows Vista was infamous because it consumed a massive amount of resources like RAM and power. This happened because Vista used a new 3D transparent design called the Aero interface. It looked nice and modern, but it also made computers feel laggy and slow. And not just that, even popular games in that era, such as Crysis, were also insanely heavy as well. So in the end, DDR3's smooth performance that I explained in the beginning only showed up when Windows 7 came a few years later. DDR4. DDR4 came out in 2014, and it became the current standard for modern computers. It typically runs at speeds from around 2,400 megahertz to 3,600 megahertz and supports much larger sizes from 8 to 16 gigabytes per stick. This made DDR4 great for video editing, programming, streaming, playing AAA games, and much more. And since DDR4 was that capable, it stayed around the longest based on its release time. It has become so common that people just keep using them. Also, unlike the previous DDR generations that had some sort of problem in their time, DDR4 can actually coexist well with the operating system and various programs of its era. And talking about programs, today there are RAM standards that we all must know to run those programs. 8 gigabytes of RAM is the minimum for doing everyday tasks like browsing the web and office work. But these days, 8 gigabytes of RAM is not recommended to have, especially since there are some programs like Google Chrome that consume a lot of RAM. So in practice, you can only open maybe like 2 or 3 software at max. That's why 16 gigabytes of RAM is the ideal amount for multitasking. But not just that, 16 gigabytes is also important if you're playing AAA games or doing video editing. And it's usually always written in the system requirement, because these kinds of programs are indeed that heavy. As for 32 gigabytes, it's suitable for heavier work like programming or engineering. It's also great if you like playing AAA games while also streaming and chatting at the same time. But just in case you're wondering, does having more RAM always mean better performance? The answer is yes, but only up to a limit. For example, let's say we play a heavy game that requires us to have at least 12 gigabytes of RAM. If we play with just 8 gigabytes of RAM, it's technically possible, but the FPS we get will be lower. And if we play with 12 gigabytes of RAM, it's gonna feel smooth since we've met the system requirement. But if we play with 16 gigabytes of RAM, it almost doesn't increase the FPS anymore, because the system already has enough memory to work with. DDR5. DDR5 came out in 2020 as the top-tier RAM for heavy-duty workloads. It runs at much higher speeds, starting around 4,800 megahertz to 6,000 megahertz, with larger memory capacities at 8, 16, or 32 gigabytes per stick, which is useful for demanding tasks like 3D rendering, 4K video editing, and of course, high-end gaming. Every high-performance laptop and many gaming PCs use this RAM. The reason is simple, because the performance of DDR5 is just way better compared to DDR4.
But I missed DDR4.
RAM. It's of RAM, it almost doesn't increase the FPS anymore, because the system already has enough memory to work with.
Wait, please.
DDR5. DDR5 came out in 2020 as the top-tier RAM for heavy-duty workloads. It runs at much higher speeds, starting around 4,800 megahertz to 6,000 megahertz, with larger memory capacities at 8, 16, or 32 gigabytes per stick, which is useful for demanding tasks like 3D rendering, 4K video editing, and of course, high-end gaming. Every high-performance laptop and many gaming PCs use this RAM. The reason is simple, because the performance of DDR5 is...
New character. What is it? Maid. I mean, not the maid, the nun. Does she have fake cubes down there? Wow, good art. Monthly. Core metal. Who do we have? Nope. Nope. Already have all of them. Event. Wow, not a lot. Okay. Dailies.
It's just way better compared to DDR4, that if we play demanding games with the same setup, the amount of FPS we get is always better when using DDR5. Another thing that makes DDR5 special is because it has a feature called ECC, or Error Correcting Code, inside its chip. This feature can automatically find and correct small data mistakes in RAM, so in practice, it prevents random data errors during long or heavy workloads. However, with all these features and performance, DDR5 RAM is of course more expensive than any other RAM, and for normal everyday tasks, DDR4 is still more than enough anyway. Especially when this video was made, we were in the era of RAM shortages due to AI data centers' high demand for memory, which is why RAM prices skyrocketed like crazy. Anyway, I also made some other cool videos too, so don't forget to watch them later, okay? Computers became more responsive. In terms of speed,
every SSD, DDR. Everybody did that? It's, okay. What do I touch?
FPM DRAM. To understand the origins of modern memory, we must look back to the early 1990s, the era of the Intel 386 and 486 processors. At this time, the standard for memory was FPM, DRAM, or fast page mode, dynamic random access memory. Before FPM, standard DRAM was excruciatingly slow because it had to close a row of memory and reopen it for every single bit of data accessed, even if that data was right next door. FPM changed this by introducing the concept of pages. It assumed that the next piece of data the CPU needed was likely located in the same row or page as the previous one. This allowed the memory controller to keep the row open and just change the column address, significantly reducing access times for sequential data. However, by modern standards, FPM was still remarkably inefficient. It operated asynchronously, meaning it did not run in sync with the computer's system clock. When the CPU requested data, it would send a signal and then simply wait, essentially doing nothing until the memory responded. There was no coordination. It was a request and wait relationship. FPM memory typically operated at speeds of 60 to 70 nanoseconds and used 30-pin or 72-pin SIMM modules.
The other hand?
While it was a breakthrough that allowed operating systems like Windows 3.1 and early Windows 95 to function, it quickly became a bottleneck as processor speeds began to skyrocket in the mid-90s, paving the way for its successor, EDODRAM. Around 1994, as the Intel Pentium processor began to dominate the market, the limitations of FPM became apparent. Enter EDODRAM, or Extended Data Out RAM. While it looked physically identical to FPM, often using the same 72-pin SIMM form factor, under the hood, it introduced a clever architectural tweak that squeezed out more performance without increasing manufacturing costs. EDO was effectively a refined version of FPM that modified the timing of how data was read. In the older FPM architecture, the memory would turn off its output drivers, effectively hanging up the phone as soon as the memory controller removed the column address signal to prepare for the next request.
Shoulder.
EDO changed this by keeping the data valid on the output pins even after the signal was removed.
Good.
This overlap allowed the memory controller to begin setting up the address for the next instruction while simultaneously reading the data from the current instruction. This pipelining effect reduced the time the CPU spent in wait states. Although the performance gain was only about 5% to 15% compared to FPM, in the world of computing, this was significant. It allowed budget-friendly PCs to run multimedia applications and games like Doom or Quake more smoothly. EDORAM operated at 50 to 60 nanoseconds and was the standard for the late 486 and early Pentium machines, specifically the Pentium 60 to Pentium 166. However, like FPM, EDO was still asynchronous. It could not keep up with the bus speeds exceeding 66 MHz, marking the end of the asynchronous memory era. DRAM. The year 1996 marked the most significant paradigm shift in RAM history with the introduction of SDRAM, or Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. Unlike FPM and EDO, which ran at their own pace forcing the CPU to wait, SDRAM was designed to synchronize perfectly with the system's clock speed. This was the conductor arriving to lead the orchestra. For the first time, the memory controller knew exactly which clock cycle the data would be available, eliminating the guesswork and variable wait times of the past. SDRAM also introduced a new physical form factor, the 168-pin DIMM, or dual inline memory module, which had two characteristic notches on the bottom connector. It operated at the same frequency as the frontside bus, or FSB, of the CPU, leading to the famous PC66, PC100, and PC133 standards, denoting speeds of 66 MHz, 100 MHz, and 133 MHz respectively. This synchronization allowed for a more complex and efficient command structure, including features like interleaving, where the memory could prepare data in one bank while reading from another. This generation powered the legendary Pentium 2 and Pentium 3 eras, as well as AMD's K6 processors. It was the memory that brought us into the internet age, handling the requirements of Windows 98 and Windows XP. While SDRAM was a massive leap forward, it had a theoretical limit. It could only transfer data once per clock cycle on the rising edge of the signal. Engineers soon realized that the clock signal had a falling edge that was being wasted, setting the stage for the DDR revolution. DDR-SDRAM. At the turn of the millennium, the demand for bandwidth exploded with the arrival of the Intel Pentium 4 and AMD Athlon XP. The answer was DDR-SDRAM, or double data rate. Released commercially around 2000, DDR kept the core architecture of SDRAM but implemented a brilliant trick. It transferred data on both the rising and the falling edges of the clock signal. This effectively doubled the data bandwidth without increasing the clock frequency. For example, a DDR 400 stick ran at a 200 MHz clock but performed like a 400 MHz device. Physically, DDR moved to a 184-pin DIMM design with a single notch, differentiating it from the older SDR sticks. It operated at a voltage of 2.5 volts or 2.6 volts, which was lower than SDRAM's 3.3 volts, but still high by modern standards. This generation introduced the naming convention we still see today based on total bandwidth. A module running at a 200 MHz clock or 400 megatransfers per second was capable of transferring 3200 megabytes per second, earning it the name PC3200. DDR1 was the workhorse of the early 2000s. It was the memory that powered the first generation of true 3D gaming and video editing at home. However, as CPU speeds raced towards 3 GHz and beyond, the original DDR architecture hit a wall. Increasing the frequency further was becoming difficult due to signal interference and power consumption, necessitating a redesign of the internal buffers to allow for even higher speeds in the next generation. DDR2S DRAM. Launched around 2003 to 2004, DDR2 brought significant architectural changes to push speeds beyond the limits of DDR1. The key innovation was increasing the prefetch buffer from 2 bits in DDR1 to 4 bits. This meant that for every internal clock cycle of the memory core, DDR2 could grab 4 times the amount of data and output it to the bus. This allowed the external bus speed to run twice as fast as the internal memory cells, enabling much higher effective frequencies without overheating the delicate memory chips. DDR2 modules featured 240 pins and operated at a significantly lower voltage of 1.8 volts, improving power efficiency, which was a crucial factor as computers became hotter and more power hungry. Speeds range from DDR2400 up to DDR2 1066. This generation is fondly remembered as the memory of the golden age of PC building, powering systems running the incredibly popular Windows, X, PSP2, and the resource-heavy Windows Vista. It was the standard during the Core 2 Duo era, a time when dual-core computing became mainstream. However, DDR2 had a trade-off: higher latency. Because of the complex internal buffering, it took more clock cycles to start reading data compared to DDR1. Initially, high-end DDR1 was actually faster than early DDR2, but as DDR2 clock speeds ramped up to 800 MHz and beyond, raw bandwidth won the battle, and DDR2 became the undisputed king until the late 2000s. DDR3 DDR3, introduced in 2007, holds the record for the longest reigning memory standard in modern computing history. It refined the prefetch concept further, doubling the buffer again to 8 bits. This allowed for massive jumps in effective speed ranging from 800 megatransfers per second all the way up to 2133 megatransfers per second and beyond in overclocked kits. Crucially, DDR3 lowered the voltage further to 1.5 volts, and later 1.35 volts for DDR3L, which was essential for the booming laptop and ultrabook market. Physically, DDR3 kept the 240 pin count of DDR2 but moved the key notch to prevent accidental insertion, a common mistake for upgraders. This generation powered everything from the first Intel Core i7, also known as Nehalem, processors in 2008 all the way to the 6th generation Skylake CPUs in 2015. It saw the rise of modern PC gaming, high-definition video streaming, and the decline of the optical drive. Because it stayed relevant for nearly a decade, DDR3 is extremely abundant. If you walk into an office today, there is a high probability the desktop computers are still running DDR3 memory. Its low cost and reliable performance made it hard to replace. It was only when the physical limits of the DDR3 architecture prevented chip makers from building higher density modules, such as 16GB or 32GB sticks, efficiently that the industry finally pushed for a successor. DDR4S DRAM. Arriving in 2014, DDR4 is likely the memory running in the device you are using to read this script. DDR4 was designed not just for speed, but for density and energy efficiency in the era of cloud computing and big data. It operates at a standard voltage of just 1.2 volts, significantly reducing heat and power consumption in large server farms and gaming laptops alike. Architecturally, DDR4 introduced bank groups, a feature that allowed the memory controller to access different sections of the memory independently, greatly improving efficiency and speed. Frequencies started at 2133 megatransfers per second and have officially scaled up to 3200 megatransfers per second, with overclockers pushing well beyond 5000 megatransfers per second. The pin count increased to 288 pins, and the connector edge was slightly curved to reduce insertion force and improve mechanical stability. DDR4 is the memory of the streamer, the content creator, and the esports gamer. It supported the rise of Ryzen processors, which rely heavily on fast memory speeds for performance. It also enabled consumer platforms to easily run 32GB, 64GB, USB, or even 128GB of RAM, amounts that were considered server-only territory during the DDR3 era. While it is now being phased out, DDR4 remains the sweet spot for price-to-performance ratio in the current market. DDR5 SDRAM, the intelligent future. DDR5, launched widely in 2021 alongside Intel's Alder Lake processors, represents a fundamental shift in how we think about memory. It is not just a faster DDR4, it is a smarter component. The most radical change is the relocation of power management. In all previous generations, the motherboard managed the voltage. In DDR5, a PMIC, or Power Management Integrated Circuit, is built directly onto the RAM stick itself. This allows for incredibly granular control over power delivery, reducing noise and enabling higher stable frequencies. Furthermore, DDR5 splits the traditional 64-bit data channel into two independent 32-bit subchannels per stick. This increases efficiency, essentially allowing a single stick of DDR5 to act somewhat like a dual-channel setup of the past. It also includes on-die CC, or error correction code, as a standard feature, helping to correct bit flips internally, a necessity as memory chips become denser and more prone to microscopic errors. Starting at speeds of 4800 megatransfers per second and rapidly climbing towards 10,000 megatransfers per second, DDR5 provides the massive bandwidth required by AI workloads, 8K video editing, and next-generation gaming engines. While currently more expensive and possessing higher latency in the CL40 range than its predecessor, DDR5 is the foundation for the next decade of computing performance.
Oh! That'll be $800.
What? That can't be right! What do you mean $800?
Yep. That's probably how it felt for anyone who's fired up the old PC part picker over the last couple of months. But why though? Well, part of it is the obvious one. I'm sure by now you must have seen the countless headlines about AI data centers and their insatiable demands for energy and water, blah, 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 and yes, computer memory. And they're using their fire hose of investment capital to buy up so much memory that one of the big three memory makers just said, "Motherfuck the big three, bitch, it's just big me." And then completely sunsetted their entire consumer line outright in an effort to focus on this sky-high AI demand. Separately, SK Hynix announced that they are sold out of production all the way through 2026, and Samsung just increased their contract pricing by 100%. This means that if the AI bubble doesn't pop, this is gonna get worse before it gets better.
But like, can't they just make more memory chips or build more factories? Couldn't they just download more RAM? I mean, yeah, they could do those things, but I hate to break it to you guys, there's actually a lot of reasons for them not to do that. Just like I'm not going to segue to our sponsor.
Dbrand. Dbrand is doing a giveaway. All you gotta do is order something from their site before the new year, quickly, and you will be entered to win a Galaxy Z Trifold, which currently isn't available in North America. Just visit IamVeryShort.com.
Are you tired of boring screwdrivers? Boom! 4 new colors of the brand new LTT transparent screwdriver. Plasma purple, cryo teal, molten orange, and carbon black. They're see-through, they're awesome, and they're probably gonna sell out because for a limited time only, if you buy through YouTube Shopping at the link in the video description, you will get 20% off your driver, but only until December 30th. Collect them all, or maybe pair them with our brand new bid case and all over print hoodie.
To explain why RAM costs a small nation's GDP now, we first need a quick and dirty explainer for why AI models such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Gemini are so darn thirsty for it. LLMs, or large language models, are trained by feeding them buckets of media files, often text, images, video, or audio, or depending on the model, sometimes a combination. And in the current arms race, the highest quality models depend on parsing through the largest buckets of training data. This training process can take anywhere from a few hours to months for the largest models. And that's where RAM comes in. Because RAM is so much faster than an SSD, with more capacity than the cache on board a CPU, it's essential, crucial even, for large data centers to get as much as possible to speed up their AI development and training efforts. It's also useful for inference, the stage where the user actually interacts with the trained model. For instance, if you have a long interaction with an AI model, more RAM helps to quickly reference the earlier context of your conversation in order to appropriately respond to your next prompt. If you want a deeper dive into this, I'm gonna make sure I link some resources down below. But all you really need for us to continue is more. It just needs more. And companies like OpenAI are generating billions of dollars in funding, which, if they want to stay on the bleeding edge, means they need as much memory as they can get. But Elijah, isn't a ton of that memory being installed on AI GPUs, or even memory sticks that are for servers? Why is my Gamer Deluxe RGB 360 no-scope kit also getting expensive? Here's the thing. While your favorite PC parts retailer might carry RAM from dozens of different manufacturers, most of them only assemble modules, the sticks that actually go into the slots. For the little black squares, the actual chips that contain the DRAM dies, there are really only 3 serious players right now: SK Hynix, Samsung, and Micron. These giants own the multi-billion-dollar fabs that produce those chips and use them to supply functionally every single industry on Earth. If it has a processor, it probably needs a little bit of DRAM. So yes, server sticks are separate from your gaming sticks, but at the end of the day, whether you're a typical gamer or an AI company, you're both competing, or more like bidding, on the finite quantity of these chips that can be produced by the big 3. And I wonder who can afford to bid more, the individual who wants to play video games, or the multi-trillion-dollar corporation with no revenue whose stock price will cater if they don't buy more than anyone else in an effort to maintain their tenuous lead. So if you take off your angry consumer hat and put on your business monster hat for even a second, it's pretty easy to understand why Micron decided to pivot their internal resources toward fulfilling demand for their hungriest, wealthiest customers. It sucks, because Crucial was a really good source of quality RAM and SSDs at a decent price. But it's really not the end of the world. Samsung has zero presence in their DIY enthusiast space either, but that doesn't prevent module makers like Kingston or Corsair potentially pivoting and buying chips from them and building sticks for gamers. Speaking of Samsung, a rumor recently started that supply was so constrained that they couldn't supply their own smartphone business unit with RAM chips. Samsung has come out and said that that isn't true, but for it to be even a concern for the industry does raise a question. Why don't they just make more? Well, for a couple reasons. First, as I've alluded to before, the current fabs that are used to make cutting-edge chips
Oh, she got tickled bitties.
They already run around the clock with some of the world's most finely tuned supply management and highly trained engineers overseeing their operation. It's not as simple as just adding a production shift or turning the machine up to 200%. Those are delicate operations, and if something goes wrong in the middle of a batch, it could be weeks or even months to build it again from scratch. So they're not gonna change things all willy-nilly. And second is that even if they could boost production to meet demand, both SK Hynix and Samsung have publicly stated they don't plan to because they don't want to. See, this isn't the first time DRAM demand has spiked. There was a big one back in the mid-2010s when affordable...
You forget what RAM prices were like in the early 2000s.
I have an Intel i5 2500K. What motherboard would I need to upgrade to for an i7 6700K? Let me slow you down here for a bit and explain why that's a bad idea. You can currently buy a used OEM office PC that has an Intel 8th gen i5 or i7 for around $100 if you're patient, and then easily convert that into a gaming PC with a budget GPU. I just found one of these in the dumpster for free and made a video about it. So trying to build a custom PC with anything less than that isn't a great idea anymore. I'd recommend either starting over with one of those used OEMs or save up enough money to get on the AM4 platform. If it's your first time buying on AliExpress, the Ryzen 5 3600s are like $50.
Nice.
It's crazy. That'll give you more performance than a 6th gen Intel chip, but more importantly, a much better upgrade path for it in the future. Don't invest money into a custom gaming PC that's 8 generations old. I like my super used and ultra budget builds, but don't waste your money on something that's too old. I have an Intel i5 2500K. What motherboard would I need to upgrade?
Your son Malcolm is a filthy vandal. What? He threw eggs all over the front of my new apartment.
Malcolm, get in here!
All I want is for him to come over and clean it up.
Don't worry, he's on his way. What is the matter with you? Throwing eggs at Craig's front door? What are you talking about? Get over to Craig, start cleaning.
Mom, I didn't throw anything at his front door, I swear.
Malcolm, why would a grown man lie about something like that?
I lied because I needed your help.
You dragged me over here to hook up your stereo? Can't you get one of your friends to help you do this?
And tick off the other friends I didn't ask?
We're getting 42%! Try moving the dish a little to the right. 57, up a little more. 61.
A low-speed chase involving a teenager, a driver's ed car, and what appears to be a hostage.
Oh no!
We're on the line.
And they're never gonna let me drive!
Malcolm, I can't hear you! You're not watching without me, are you? Wow! Malcolm!
Your son Malcolm is a filthy vandal.
Nice. Let's start the battle. I can do this. Oh. Oh no. Material H. What do I have to do here? Again? Why did she make the window XP sound?
Enemy down. Tell me the story of victory.
And she does that a lot.
Target down.
No eggs. Yes. Winner, winner.
I may look like a bunny, but I'll take off anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Wow, for real? Retro build. Yeah, sure, let's react to Emma.
Show me the money, honey. Ooh, blonde in a black dress.
I need a new blend of perfume. What do you think, Commander?
Well, describe it for me, because unfortunately I can't smell you through the stream. Screen? Stream. Real? Oh my god. Very nice. Thank you for the 5 gift babies! Thank you, thank you, thank you! And there's a cute little chibi bird. Ooh. What's she wearing underneath there? Thin lacy
Nice.
panties.
Let's see, missions.
Where do they connect at? Oh, wait, I see. They're like built into the dress. I see. I see.
Have you noticed how Inwa's expression softens a little whenever you visit the armory? Don't tell her I said that.
Nice.
We can't see her underwear here, though.
If you need anything, just let me know, okay?
You can't see her because she's not wearing any.
What if I need you, baby? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I need a new blend of perfume. What do you think, Commander?
Oh my gosh, she really just mogged on me. God.
Mog.
Yeah! Jiggle that! Jiggle that shit. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my god. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Yeah. You know what? I fuck with women with heavy machinery.
If you need anything, just let me know, okay?
That's amazing. I'm quite impressed.
I need a new blend of perfume. What do you think, Commander?
She's a big woman.
I look forward to welcoming them.
She's a big woman.
So,
Big. Big woman.
I can't really even keep it to myself anymore.
Show me your potential.
She's a big woman. This is the best gun. This is the best gun. This is very, very strong. She has so much ADHD, it's unbelievable. There's something that's a million times more alluring about this than if she was naked.
Have you noticed how Unua's expression softens a little whenever you visit the armory?
Like she's almost naked. Like she's almost there. But there's just enough imagination. I can't even play around about this one. I'm not gonna lie. Usually I can keep it a little on the down low. But oh my god.
Okay?
Nice.
And she can still work it in heels. I'm a fan. I like it.
Short queen. Let's turn those off. Settings. Display once.
The outfit isn't ruined, is it? With all this modern technology, the hoodie seems so obsolete.
I lost.
That was easy.
No, I won.
This restrictive outfit isn't a problem at all.
You want to talk about core credits? Gacha revenue, yeah, gacha revenue.
We're going to jump into the gacha revenue recap for 2026, January 2026 specifically. Again, I am sick, so I do apologize for the congestion if I have to stop periodically to blow my nose. This is one of the most popular series on numerous different gacha content creators' channels because it is a means with which to one up the competition, to say my game is doing better financially than your game. And it fuels gacha tribalism, and at the same time, I also want to point out, and I'm going to be pointing this out in every gacha revenue recap moving forward, I debunked the revenue. I did. The revenue for Wuthering Waves has been repeatedly reported as being at approximately $15 to $25 million per month every single month, okay, by the gacha revenue website. However, Tencent themselves pointed out that for 2025, from the beginning of the year until July 2025, Wuthering Waves made a minimum of $570 million and had a minimum of at least 5 million mobile players, potentially millions of PC players as well. They were listed as being an evergreen game, and according to Tencent themselves, those are the prerequisites to being an evergreen title for them. With this in mind, I know this is going to upset some people, but that means Wuthering Waves is making a lot more than is being reported on by the gacha revenue website. Not just Wuthering Waves though, before people start saying, you know, Sticks, you're just shilling for Wuthering Waves. No, what this actually means is that if Wuthering Waves is being significantly underreported, then you know which other games are being significantly underreported? Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Fate Grand Order, Chaos Zero Nightmare, Nikke, Arc Knights, Punishing Grey Raven, Honkai Impact, and several. Every single gacha game as a part of this website is being vastly underreported. So anyone that takes this seriously needs to reevaluate their and potentially get themselves checked mentally, because I mean, I've debunked this. You all now know this based purely off of Tencent themselves. Like, they publicly stated this themselves. So if you continue to tout this as some kind of, you know, like gotcha moment, like one-up moment where this is factual in any form or fashion, then there's something wrong with you. But with this in mind, we are still going to go ahead and take a look at the revenue, because people are going to skip that intro and they're going to be like, I just want to get specifically to where he talks about the money. So they're going to go into this and they're going to watch the video and they're going to see me reacting just to the money itself. And they're not knowing that I actually debunked the entire thing in the intro of the video. So let's do that, because we're going to farm the idiots like we always do. Let's just do the important. This is making a lot more than is being reported on by the gacha revenue website. Not just Wuthering Waves though, before people start saying, you know, Sticks, you're just shilling for Wuthering Waves. No, what this actually means is that if Wuthering Waves is being significantly underreported, then you know which other games are being significantly underreported? Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Fate Grand Order, Chaos Zero Nightmare, Nikke, Arc Knights, Punishing Grey Raven, Honkai Impact, and several. Every single gacha game as a part of this website is being vastly underreported. So anyone that takes this seriously needs to reevaluate their and potentially get themselves checked mentally, because I mean, I've debunked this. You all now know this based purely off of Tencent themselves. Like, they publicly stated this themselves. So if you continue to tout this as some kind of, you know, like gotcha moment, like one-up moment where this is factual in any form or fashion, then there's something wrong with you. But with this in mind, we are still going to go ahead and take a look at the revenue, because people are going to skip that intro and they're going to be like, I just want to get specifically to where he talks about the money. So they're going to go into this and they're going to watch the video and they're going to see me reacting just to the money itself. Yes. And they're not knowing that I actually debunked the entire thing in the like gotcha moment, like one-up website is being vastly underreported. So anyone that takes this seriously need 160. Nice. Eversoul's ridiculously low. Holy shit. But that's because I think the game is way too free-to-play friendly. What else we got? Guardian Tales down. Rip. Yo, if Tower of Fantasy is still below 600 grand, even with their big overhauled gotchaless server of theirs, I swear to God, man. Outer Plane down from 350 to 250. Dislight down from 400 to 300. Ether Gazer down from 400 to 300. Star Savior in Korea. Holy shit. Star Savior in Korea is dead. It's dead. Let's see. Silver and Blood, half revenue. Shit, they're getting close to EOS, man. Yo, what is this? What is this? Hold on. 400. Okay, they're actually... Okay, they're not completely dead. Let's be honest. I actually did see a slight uptick, but they're down from 560 to 490. Oh, boy. Oh boy. What else we got? Destiny Rising down from 1.3 million to 600k. Okay, ripped off. Damn. You know, NTE can't come soon enough, chat. NTE needs to come immediately. So Convalaria down from 1.2 million to 700k. Eminence in Shadow. This is actually a really shit game too. I don't know how it's still making money. Ethereal Restart.
What did he say about Destiny?
Shit. Chat, they're in the 700k. Tough. Damn. You know, NTE can't come
NTE
soon enough, chat. NTE needs to come immediately. So got Destiny Rising down from 1.3 million to 600k. Okay, ripped off. Damn. You know, NTE can't come soon enough, chat. NTE needs to come immediately. So Convalaria down from 1.2 million to 700k. Eminence in Shadow. This is actually a really shit game too. I don't know how it's still making money. Ethereal Restart. Oh shit. Chat, they're in the sub 7 digits. They're in 6-digit revenue territory. Oh my god. Ethereum Restart is actually lower than Snowbreak. Is that the lowest it's ever been? Hold on. We gotta investigate real quick. Is that the lowest it's ever been? No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think this is the lowest it's ever been. Yeah. Holy shit. Ethereum Restart's dead. Oh my god. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because the devs are just incompetent and they ruined the game. Punishing Graven down from 1.5 to 900k. This is gonna be big next month though. Just watch. This is going to be insane next month. Dragon Raja down. Lost Sword up from 700,000 to 1.1 million. Hey, nice. Haikyuu Fly High still making above $1 million. God damn. Evertail. Dude, this is a shit game. How does it still make $1 million? Holy fuck. Path to Nowhere down from 2 million to 1.2. I mean, that's still really good. Huncam back down from 1.4 to 1.2. That's still really good. Stella Sora at 1.3 million? There is no way. Yo, it's only been out for like 3 months, right? Just last month, it was at what, 2.3, and the month before that, it was at what, 4 million? It's went from 4 million to 1 million in 2 months. Oh my god. Holy shit. You know what, chat, how much do you bet? How much do you bet they blame me for its revenue? How much you all bet? You want me to? Okay, okay, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do right now? To prove a point, how I live in these people's heads, okay? Completely rent-free. What I'm gonna do right now is check. I am going to open Discord, and if I have been talked about in the last 12 hours in the Stella Sora Discord, if they have blamed me in any capacity, then I am right. I am 110% right that they blame me for nothing and for everything at the same time. Let's see. Discord. Here it is. Sticks.
Jump. Some people. No, this is pre-planned.
Holy shit, how much did they talk about me there? Oh my god. The 26th, the 25th, 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 25th. Oh my god. Sticks dealt a huge blow to Stella Sora. Yeah, I did. I did a video on it. I did a couple videos on it, and that was it. Yeah, a few videos that I did were enough to destroy the game. Ruined another community. Oh my god. Hold on, what is this even in reference to? Hold on. So this is a different person. Sticks was a sponsored streamer who backed out because the overall opinion was ass. And so he farmed that instead. But he didn't do the same for Arknight's Enfield. I literally have a video titled Everything Wrong with Arknight's Enfield because I talk about the good and the bad. No, yo, these people are... They're special! I told you, chat, they can't, anything at all happens, that is my fault.
It's sticks. It's all sticks.
Stop showing my ult accounts. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. They're your secret fans. Can you believe it though? Like instead of being like, okay, what the issue is, and then like listing the issue, they're just like, nah, Sticks is full. He killed our game. Sticks killed our game. That's it. Yeah, that's a reason right there. God damn. And they're hating on Enfield too. Yes, they're saying that I'm not hating on Enfield, but I'm hating on Stella Sora. But they're saying I should be hating on Arknight's Enfield.
He does.
God damn, dude. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what else. I bet Chaos Zero Nightmare is still making millions of dollars, a minimum of 5 million. I guarantee you. And the reason for that, I bet, is the reason why I bet it's still making at least 5 million is because Chaos Zero Nightmare is a really good game. Let's see. Kaiju number 8 making 1.4 million. That's pretty good. Epic 7 at 1.45. Nice. AFK Journey down to 1.7. Damn. AFK Arena. The fact that AFK Arena is actually higher than AFK Journey is wild, dude. Wizardry Variants Daphne maintaining at 2 million. Fire Emblem Heroes at 2 million. Heaven Burns Red at down to 2 million. Persona 5 and Phantom X actually barely above 2 million. Is this the lowest they've ever been? I need to, let's see. This is the lowest they've ever been. This is the, no, it's not. Well, actually, this is the lowest the game has been since it released globally, chat. Since it released globally, this is the lowest that the game has ever been. Holy shit. That's insane. That's actually crazy. Girls Fortnite 2 down to 2.6. Oh my god, is that the lowest I've been? Now, almost the lowest they've ever been. Close, but not quite. In a shocking turn of events. Brown Dust 2 down from 6 million to 2.9. Holy crap. That's actually still doing pretty decent though. Limbus Company up. Whoa. The second highest the game has ever been. Yo, that's fantastic. Limbus Company is an incredible game, so it's definitely deserving of that. You stopped spending on Girls Fortnite 2? Understandable. Everyone I know has actually quit in the last couple months. Memento more. How does that make money? Shining Nikke, 3 million. Damn. Seven Nights Rebirth, 4 million. That's still really good. Butcher of Realms, 4 million. They want to sponsor me too as well, chat. 7 Days into Grand Cross maintaining at 4.5 million. Azure Lane at 4.5 million. That's phenomenal.
4.5 million down from 9 million. Guess the New Year's event wasn't as good.
Bleach Soul Resonance. There has been so much drama for this game recently, chat. I'm not sure if I should recover.
Oh, because of the music? Yeah, the music. They don't own the music.
Sorry, covered or not. Trickle Chibi Go. Damn. That is incredible. Phenomenal and totally deserved. That's a super cute game. Chaos Zero. Look at that. Still 5 million, chat. $5 million still. That's crazy. Yes, it's down from 11 million. But we'll have to wait and see next month because 5 million is a crazy number when you compare it to Stellasaurus 1 million. Husbando game 5.5 million. Husbando game 5.5 million. Shadowverse 6.5 million. That's actually really good. Dragon Traveler, the Gooter gacha that actually sponsored me as well. 7 million. Damn. That's actually deserved. That was a super degenerate gacha, and I actually... Yo, Reverse 1999 7.5 million. That is the second highest the game has ever made. Holy crap. Dude, Reverse 1999 just continues to grow. It's Hoyover, chat. Honkai Star Rail, no new content? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know it's had no content. I know it's had no content, but it's still impressive to see it all the way down here. Yeah. Is not in a good state right now. Not in a good state at all. God damn. You know what I think is going to happen, though? Because typically Hoyo players play Hoyo games. So what happens is when Hoyo has downtime, the people spend in Genshin, and when Genshin has downtime, the people spend in Honkai Star Rail. So what I'm thinking here is that everyone will have moved from Star Rail to Genshin while they wait for Honkai Star Rail to actually, you know, get their shit together. But this is just temporary. But seeing this down at the bottom, like the top 21, down to 8 million is wild. Having that on record, though, like it making that little is crazy. Blue Archive up to 9 million. That's actually very impressive. Second highest it's ever made. That's really good. And you know why? It's because people moved to from Stellasaura back to Blue Archive. Yep. I'm sure Honkai Star Rail 4.0 will do crazy. Don't worry. Infinity Nikke up from 3 to 9 million. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. People are stupid, evidently. Dragon Ball Legends down. Umusume down from 22 to 15. It's 16 million roughly. That's still really good. Like, that is still really good revenue. 16 million's crazy. Arknights up from 10 to 17 million. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Why?
Okay, it's actually less crazy than I thought. But looking at the revenue, that's the 16 million is actually pretty average or below average for the last 6 months. But I mean, Arknights is literally my second favorite gacha game of all time. My favorite gacha games are, you know, Nikke is number 1, and then Arknights is number 2. Wuthering Waves is number 3. Arknights Enfield now is number 4. Dokkan Battle up from 8 to 18. That's very impressive. Wuwa down from 23 to 18 million. Still a fantastic number, chat. That's still really good. But once again, as I pointed out, Wuwa is apparently making about 80 million across PC, mobile, and PlayStation every month, according to Tencent themselves. So seeing this number here is why you should look at all these numbers and think to yourself, oh, all of this shit is fake. Arknights right here probably made upwards of 40 million. Honkai Star Rail, even though it's at number 21 here, making 8 million, probably made upwards of 30 to 40 million still, which is crazy to think about. Nikke up from 17 to 18.5 million. That's fantastic. That's the new character, chat. Velvet. Zenless Zone Zero down from 27 to 23 million, which is still fantastic. That's really good revenue. And if you think about it, chat, as I just debunked at the beginning, this is probably making at least $80 million. Potentially more, because this isn't real. Arknights Enfield at 30 million opening in 8 days.
Nah, it'll be more than that.
That's crazy. And if you think about it, that probably made over $100 million if we apply the same logic to this as we did to, you know, Wuthering Waves at the beginning, as we debunked with Tencent. So that's probably made, in actuality, over 100 million. 30 million at launch is crazy, especially for only, like, what, 8 days? Actually, maybe play Honkai Star Rail again. Finally having some sidekicks running around with you during the story was so refreshing instead of just walking with the current banner character that barely exists after the banner ends. Yep. Fate Grand Order up from 28 to 33 million. That's impressive. Third highest it's been at in the entire year. That's impressive. Pokemon TCG still at 35 million. Love and Deep Space down from 84 to 35 million. Damn. End of service. Look at that. Second lowest point that it's been at in the entire year.
End of service.
Oh my god. The women. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna have Love and Deep Space to play. Oh no. Number 2, Naruto Mobile. Okay, the fact that that's always up there is crazy. And then Genshin Impact up from 40 to 66 million dollars. And Chad, as we pointed out before, since you cannot apply something to one game but not the other, I know this is going to upset some people, but if Wuthering Waves is confirmed to be making around $80 million a month by Tencent themselves, right? And this revenue here is triple what Wuthering Waves made, or quadruple what Wuthering Waves made, at least this month. And Wuthering Waves, in theory, made about 60 to 80 million. Then we're looking at Genshin this month probably made about 150 million or more, which is insane. But if WoW's making about 80 million on average, I'd say since Genshin's on average about like what, 20 to 40 million, aren't they? Yeah, 20 to 40 million. I'd say applying that ×3 or ×4 multiplier would put Genshin at about an average of at lowest 60 million and at highest 150 million. So if WoW's making 80 million a month, Genshin's making about 60 to 150. 60 at their lowest and 150 at their highest. So that's insane. Again, we debunked everything at the beginning, and since I know people are coming here at the end of the VOD, looking specifically at the top 10 and specifically at Genshin, we debunked everything. I urge you to go back to the beginning, take a look. But all of this, all these numbers have been debunked. These numbers are incredible. They're genuinely insane. And it blows my mind, dude. Actually blows my mind. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this jump.
Nah. Yeah, good training. No.
The people who like Redo the Healer screaming, and the people who hate it screaming at the people who fat to it chasing them with their thirsty mouth. Oh yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'm into. Yeah. Ah, Redo of a Healer, that controversial anime that is airing this season that really made us ponder the question, is this even anime at this point? I made a video with my thoughts and opinions on it, and a lot of you guys had things to say, obviously, because it's an opinion piece. But I do think there is at least one thing that we can all agree on as Redo of a Healer, and it's just something that we can certainly meme about. And that, my friends, is what we do best here. So here we have anime with Redo of a Healer, just, yeah, that's an anime, quote unquote. And then off-brand being like the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen, so wholesome. And these are confusing times. These are very confusing times. You really know you got something special when you make vanilla off-brand look like something that could be posted on television with no problems. Man, what if there is one day where we could actually just have, you know, off-brand on television and there's no problems? I think that would be all right. Nice. Unless when you get to the darker off-brand stuff, and then we may have some issues. So here we have Satan squaring off against that guy who watches Redo of a Healer in the living room during a family meeting. Man, I really think that's there now. It's there. And what do I mean by there? It's that one anime where you're just gonna recommend to people because of how shocking it is. Goblin Slayer, weak.
I read the manga.
Boku no Pico, whatever. Yo, look at Redo of a Healer. That's that real thing that could get that family together. The two kinds of animators working on Redo of a Healer. One guy being absolutely depressed, having to do all those off-brand scenes. The other guy, man, yes, this is my favorite kind of off-brand to do. Oh, yeah. I actually wonder if there's animators out there that absolutely hate what they're being forced to draw. That's like a sad existence, isn't it? Imagine a YouTuber that has to, like, do YouTube videos, which he absolutely hates to do. That's really sad. You and I are heroes, and we stand as equals. And so that was a fluffing lie. Oh, yes, indeed it was there, mister. In fact, the whole series is based around a bunch of lies being told and horrible things happening. Yeah, every character's just a bad character in it, besides the Demon Lord, of course. Very ironic, the Demon Lord being the only nice character. Life lessons taught by anime. And if all you can do for someone is give them a shoulder to cry on, sometimes that's all they need. Nice. True friends can come in all shapes and sizes. Hey, Rimuru. And the most important rule in any game is to have fun, no game, no life. And then some people deserve cruel and unusual punishments. Yeah. It really is torture porn, the off-brand. I actually would classify it as off-brand. About, I guess, anime at this point. I used to think ReZero was more about, you know, watching terrible things happening and be like, ooh, that's neat. But don't worry, he's just gonna revive and reset everything. That's no big deal. But then Redo of a Healer was just like, nah, fam. Baby stuff. You're sucking your own pee-pee? And then boys being like, impossible. Impossible. Yeah, you actually have to like break your ribs in order to do that. I don't think there's any way for you to actually bend that way. Not even like yoga people do.
The bedroom.
And not that I've done research on this matter or anything in the past. I know this is sounding very incriminating right now. So here we have an ace, and it goes to raise. And then we have an eighth, and that goes to... Oh, grapes, of course. I mean, that's not all what Redo of the Healer is about. I mean, there's like torture in there. Manipulation?
Being made is more boring.
That's about it. So a very famous scene of him holding up a whammon. And then below is a very famous scene which resembles something else. SpongeBob did it first, of course. I wonder if SpongeBob's the new meta of like, you know, where Simpsons used to be like the Simpsons did it first, but now everyone's like relating everything to SpongeBob. Because SpongeBob is completely relatable to everything. Would you like this hot rod dart? Oh man, they actually edited her in that scene. Oh man. She would really enjoy that, wouldn't she? I feel like the whole point of Redo the Healer would be completely lost and obliterated, and everything about that show and its seriousness would be destroyed. If darkness was in it, she would break the show. Our boy Nafumi here, he's saying he takes proper care of Raftali and Philo. Yeah. He doesn't get consumed by his revenge. Yeah. He helps the other heroes. Yeah. He gets compared with Redo of a Healer. But no, there's no way that it's, yeah. Or Nafumi. I mean, it is comparable in the sense where he gets betrayed right off the bat by the princess. So, I mean, that's comparable right there, and bad things happen to him, but he at least stays somewhat sane.
Yeah.
Somewhat. And I guess they both do manage to get slaves, as, you know, their significant others, but one is treated with kindness while the other is not so much. So here we have Boku no Pico holding the hands of the children, and then the children grow up and they're Shoujo Rumune, Redo of a Healer, interspecies reviewers, and Yusuke no Sora. Another one has been added to the annals of history. Ah, man, I hate the fact that I've seen all of those. Except for interspecies reviewers. That is the one I do not regret because it's actually good. It's actually no cap good. So we have me watching other anime and VTubers having a merry old time mowing my lawn. And then whatever drama involving Redo of a Healer's happening in the background just going, oh, wow. Man, how do you not even notice what, okay, I mean, just having a good time, okay? Surprisingly though, there really has been very little drama, you know? Just barely anything. I guess it's just because the anime community just knows just like, well, that's just anime / off-brand. It's just normal, everyday stuff. It's just really an off-brand masquerading as an anime. That's my only thoughts and opinions on it. How important is revenge in this story? It's just a secondary objective. Usually Nephilim is just having a good time, trying to, make his way through life. And then Doom BGM starts playing with Goblin Slayer over here. Yeah, that's basically the story. He kills some goblins. And then Redo of a Healer being like, yeah, that's maybe taking it over the top, man. That's Goblin Slayer, but he actually fluffs them on top of it. Man, imagine if Goblin Slayer actually did fluff the goblins before murder. Just to know what the humans went through. That is some form of messed up. Man, I hate the fact that my mind went there. Would you like my rod or this rod? Famous scene. And then choose me or the wow, Disney! Oh, dang, Disney actually did that scene first. Holy crap. Quasimodo. Yo, Disney played hardball back in the day. Like, either be my woman or burn. Jesus, that's just nasty. Here we have the animation budget for Redo of a Healer going straight to the titties, and the fight scenes only getting the smallest of droplets. Yes. It's just the smallest of droplets. It's really sad that, they could have had some cool fight scenes with other things in there to maybe, like, confirm that it's not an off-brand, but no, it all went to the titties. It really did. Legally, it's questionable. Morally, it's disgusting. But thanks to all of you, I managed to find it. And there you guys go. Now the world knows of Redo of a Healer. Am I only making the show more popular by making meme videos and talking about it? Yes. Am I making it more of a meme? Yes. But, as is the anime community, we like sharing anime. Some of the good stuff, and some of the bad. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed some morally questionable memes of Redo of a Healer. Yay! If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, and I hope you do if you're watching this long, you gotta make sure you slam that like button. Subscribe because it helps me out, and it grows, and it makes me stronger. And I hope to see you beautiful sons and guns again next time.
You crazy mother.
Looks like Master's busy. Time for me to slack off then.